We'd like to say good morning to all of you. Thanks for joining us. To all of our admirers, and those who think we need to do better. Thanks to all of you for checking on us. The text messages were overwhelming. The calls were too many. The checking, personally reaching out. I know not just to me, but all of us working here. You made us to believe that we're working for you. And this is a cause we're committed to. Thanks to all of you, man. 2 weeks being down. Thanks to our bosses. Thanks to the technical team, Joseph Alasise, McDonald Shankar, Eddie Poding. Thanks to Mr. Gay and Thomas Akwetelewe for everything you did, man. Thanks to the folks. I'm super proud. We are back heavier. Maybe you could say we are back the heaviest. We're back to stay. It's a pleasure this morning. Being here, working for you. Thank you for everything. This is the OK Morning Rush on 99.5. It's on the Monday, 3rd of November. The second to the last month of the year. First working day in a week. We are back. Oh yes, we are back. We are back. So if you're not too well this morning, I like to say, all is not lost. Say the Lord's Prayer. Believe in Him. Believe in yourself. Believe in the doctors and the nurses. To you, the doctors and the nurses, pray in the morning before administering the drip and giving all the other treatment. Okay, we'll tell you what's going to happen later. Coming up shortly, we'll take a break to join our sponsors. And then we come right back here. My name is Clarence Jackson. Just call me Pisoo. Call me Pisoo. I'm going nowhere. We're here to stay. We're taking a break to be back.
Things are on me, with the emergency. How do I manage again?
Potano, why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick. I want to go find somebody to credit me. Then I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the money in.
EcoBank can credit you, but the only thing you have to pay in 1 month, and the good thing, the interest are just 3%.
For you?
Yeah, just go to any EcoBank branch and you ask for the form to enroll you on their salary advance platform. When they give you the form, you fill it up and you make sure your HR signed it. Then you take that form back to the bank. After you carry it to the bank, they will send you a message to let you know that you're already on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. Instantly, you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Pray any tomorrow morning, Judy. I'm going to the bank to pick up the phone quick.
Yo, go get the form quick. In less than 1 week, you will receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can even ask you for collateral set.
I go with there right now. No wasting time, oh.
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back.
Hey, Judy, that is talking so. I will pay back quick so I can credit again. EcoBank not easy, oh. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
All by yourself, so
my sister, that my car business are really thinking about, so to get car in this country is really not easy. Since I put in for my cars and other goods, it is almost 1 year I can't get anything.
But it says stranger who always asks don't miss their way. Haven't you heard about urban used cars and auto parts?
You mean urban used cars and auto parts?
Yes, urban used cars and auto parts is 100% Liberian owned business. With urban used cars and auto parts, you can purchase your new cars, used cars, and all cars parts directly from America for an affordable price. Urban used cars and auto parts can also help you ship your parrots, your boxes, containers, and other goods from your relatives abroad within just 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow, this is a good news. Where can I find Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts?
If you are in Liberia, Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts is located Fish Market, Tottenham Boulevard, Monrovia, Liberia. And in the USA, 220 10th Street, Brookhaven, Pennsylvania, 19015, United States of America. You can also visit their Facebook page, Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts International, or call cell number +231 887 012218.
Thank you for this information. I am visiting Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts to begin the process of my cars and other goods.
Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts. Our goal is to allow Liberians have access to buying things from America without being cheated.
My boy, you know.
Yeah.
Hello, my Oma, how you doing?
Lomo? Hello. Alright. You want buy some power, eh?
Yeah, but way small. Oma, why the money you taking from your bag looking tear and dirty so?
Oh, my son. People, you get hot, oh. Money na money. Whether you clean or delegate, say bar.
No, Oma, no. We need to stop doing it here. You yourself, say the Central Bank of Liberia say we should handle and take care of our money in a very good way. Because this money is our country money. And for other too.
My son, let me ask you here. What you mean by taking care of our money good way?
Oh, man. When I say taking care of our money good way, it means you might not squeeze the money. You might not write on the money. And you might not keep the money in your bra or in your wet place. Use wallet or small envelope. If we all take care of our money, the money can last long and we not have to waste plenty of money to print new money. And say the government can spend plenty of money to print new money and so.
Oh, so you mean if we treat our money back, the country will spend more, eh?
Yeah, oh man, you getting it now. And even against the law for you to spoil the country money or to use the coins to turn it into change. Some people name melting the coins and turning it into chains and rings. The CBL says if you spoil the money or melt the coin, you can get in big trouble with the law, yeah? Yeah.
Hey, I never know that one, my son. Hey. From today, I will keep my money clean in my waist bag because our money is our pride, my son.
Yeah, oh man. When we keep our money clean, it can show that we respect the country and it will save the government from spending plenty of money to print new money. And say that money that the government can be spending to print new money can be spent on our hospital. It can be spent for us to buy medicine. And it can even help to pay our road.
I see. Thank you, Flomo. Thank you plenty, yeah, my son.
Okay, man.
Thank you for giving me all the good advice. I will be telling the other people to take good care of our money. What?
Our money is our proud. Let's handle it with care. Don't squeeze it. Don't write on it. Keep it dry. Don't melt the coins to make chain or ring out of it. Our money is our proud.
Central Bank says if you see anybody not holding our money good or they melting the coins, please call these numbers 0887 367 539 or 0772 289 013. A message from the Central Bank of Liberia, CBL.
Are you looking for the sweetest, purest, and most natural honey in Liberia? Then look no further than Gabriel C. Gwen Natural Honey, produced right in the heart of Neighbor County. No chemicals, no additives, just real natural honey straight from the hive to your table. It's the taste of nature. Once you try it, you will never go back. Want to start your own honey farm and see results in less than 6 months? Then contact Gabriel C. Gwen today. Call 0776 596 623 or 0886 596 623. Gabriel C. Gwen Natural Honey can be found on Link Street in Omen Shop, right opposite the Ministry of Public Works. Gabriel C. Gwen Natural Honey. Taste it and be the judge.
My people, your hello.
Hello, Mr.
Mr. Chairman.
Tapla, why is the news today again?
Well, the news is that the AFL is getting ready to recruit qualified and interested Liberians to join the army early 2026.
Che, thank God, oh, we have been waiting so long for this time, oh, Tapla. Let me call my children Krubo and Wimanga, yeah?
But wait, oh, the AFL is not just taking anybody, oh.
Ah, why you me again?
Chebo, the recruitment process is free, yeah? No money business. You have to be a Liberian citizen from 18 to 35 years, be a high school graduate or college student, and must have your WAEC certificate. The AFL people say no WAEC certificate, no joining AFL, yeah? You must be physically and mentally fit. It means be well and strong, yeah? You must not get bad human rights record, criminal record, or other bad behaviors. The AFL people say they will check for all that want to.
So, Tapla, all the things you talk, that all?
No. To prove your citizenship, the AFL people say you must bring your national ID card, voters registration card, Liberian passport, birth certificate, or certificate of naturalization. That one there. That the people who were not Liberian citizens, but they say they won't be citizens for Liberia, they get a document from the court. 2 passports have photos, white background, health certificate from any recognized health center. But it has to be within the last 3 months of your application, yeah? Any other relevant document you get, AFL people say bring a vocational certificate or diploma. Can't we?
Wow. Then it means my children Krubo and Wimanga are qualified, yeah? But where will these children go to apply now?
Chebo, the recruitment exercise will take place in 4 regions. The central region, that Monserrado, Crane-Bassa, and Magibi counties. The recruitment center will be located in Monrovia, Monserrado County. Then the western region, Crane-Cape Mount, Bomi, and Bapolu County. The recruitment center will be in Tottenberg, Bomi County. Northern region, that Lofa, Bong, and Nimba counties. The recruitment center will be in Banga, Bong County. Then in the southeastern region, the Grand Jide, River G, Maryland, Grand Cru, River Cess, and Sino counties, yeah? Because the counties plenty over there, we will have 2 recruitment centers. One in Zedru, Grand Jide County, and the other one will be in Harper, Maryland County.
But Taplao, you are my friend and brother, and you are a big man in the AFL. So I will recommend my children to you so you can help them enter the AFL.
Whoa, Chebo, I want too big. AFL people say no recommendation, yeah? In fact, AFL people say you must be careful with any AFL soldier or civilian who tell you, say, give me money so I can help you to join the AFL. That one there part, that lie. AFL people say, whether you AFL big man or small man, if you recommend anyone, they will sack you from the AFL and disqualify that person, yeah? The high command of the AFL assures the public that the recruitment process will be strictly based on merit, yeah?
A message from the Armed Forces of Liberia.
Okay, a message from the Armed Forces of Liberia. Yes, the Armed Forces of Liberia will sometime before the close of the year begin a recruitment process to train additional officers of the armed forces. And guess what? The act was done by the 2 spokespersons of the Liberian Army, Mayor Jebo and his boss, Lieutenant Colonel Tapla. And I thought the guys did a wonderful job. Good morning to Mayor General Davidson Fayafole and his deputy Brigadier General Theophilus Anto Dina, and the men and women in arms of the Armed Forces of Liberia. So the AFL will be doing the recruitment process. Mind you, if you think you can falsify whatever, you can do any bad thing with document and go there, trust me, the guys are so sophisticated, they will track you down. And, you know, at every level, they will check. Sometimes they come in to check to your community. They will not tell anybody they come in to check to your community. You will not even know That is how it is because they want the best recruited for our military. Welcome to the OK Morning Rush. And once again, I'd like to say thanks to all of you who've been checking us on us. The other thing about it is sometimes some of the people who you think will really check on you are the people who didn't even call. You know, they didn't even care to know what was happening. You know, but we appreciate everybody who reached out to us. We appreciate all of you, the text messages, not just to me, but to Julius, to Trukon, to Blessing, to Fatu, to everybody. Everybody was receiving call. Everybody was getting text messages. People were concerned why we're not on the radio and all these kinds of things. There was a lightning that struck some 3 weeks ago. It really damaged us. It really damaged us. Up to as I'm speaking, we're still trying to recover from the damages that was incurred as a result of the lightning, but we're trying. We could not keep you in suspense. We could not keep you for too long. You know, we believe by your phone calls and the messages and the concerns you express. You believe in the work we do, and so the team here thought, oh, we need to do everything to come back on the radio. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of you wonderful people. We appreciate you. Let's go to OK FM 99.5 and OK TV on Facebook. Daniel Nyankonan is watching us. Biemba C. Dukley says, good morning. Ma Esserson SB says, good morning. I'm following live from O Road, Gay Town. Madison Casiadolo is watching from the Voice of Yah-Man there in Yekepa. Yes, say good morning to Melvin Dolo and the rest of the folks. In fact, the Voice of Yah-Man is one of the many radio stations in Nimba that relay the OK News Net. Thanks to all of you there, the Voice of Yah-Man. Ma Sarah's son is following. Anthony Wimpie, Small Harris joins us. Sony Koshiad is following us. That's Luther Taylor Collect is joining us. Cooper Panzer with Jones, Yaya Sekuture, Ambassador Chris T. Newman. All of you, man, all of you, the list is just endless. Let's go to the BBC and get you acquainted with some of the things making headlines. Donald Trump's attention has been drawn to the situation in Nigeria. U.S. President Donald Trump has ordered the military to prepare for action in Nigeria to tackle Islamist militant groups, accusing the government of failing to protect Christians. Trump did not say which killings he was referring to, but claims of a genocide against Nigeria's Christians have been circulating in recent weeks and months in some right-wing U.S. cycle. Groups monitoring violence say there is no evidence to suggest that Christians are being killed more than Muslims in Nigeria, which is roughly evenly divided between followers of the two religions. Let's go right here to Tanzania. The female president trying to pull the trigger over there. President Samia Suluhu Hassan has been declared the winner of Tanzania's presidential election, securing another term amid days of unrest across the country. Samia won 98%. That's more to you. 98% of the votes in Wednesday's poll, the Electoral Commission said. That's more to you. I understand some of the major opposition leaders were either banned or they were detained. She became president of the country when former President John Magufuli, P.L. Lubumba would say the Magufulification of Africa. When President John Magufuli died, she assumed leadership as president of Nigeria, like in the case of Goodluck Jonathan too. President of Tanzania, like in the case of Goodluck Jonathan in Nigeria. Welcome to the show. His Excellency the President. I'm not sure the President has returned. The President, I need to check it up. But His Excellency the President and his entourage still outside of the country trying to make Liberia's case. And over the last 2 weeks we're now on, we've been following all the debates and different things on Facebook. By the way, we have written the U.S. government through its embassy in Liberia to provide us more information about this visa validity, the visa extension process, the policy. we wrote the U.S. government and through its embassy here. Let me just say we wrote the U.S. embassy here, and I expect that they will respond to our communication today or tomorrow. We are also asking or suggesting, or we have extended an invitation to see whether people from the consulate section at the embassy can come on the radio to provide more public education about the whole visa extension process, what it will mean for Liberian. Is anything going to change in the visa application process? Is anything going to change in the interview process? Because one thing I know is not going to be automatic that you go to the embassy for visa interview, meaning you will get the, I'm sure they're going to follow the same processes, but it's good. So we officially wrote them in the midst of all the public speculations and everything we wrote in the embassy. We are waiting for the results of our communication. Then we'll let the public know what's going to happen next. But generally, I've always said, there are times in the history of the country where we should just do away with politics. Do away with politics and speaking in context, right? When it is about good thing for the country, no matter who's president of Liberia, no matter which political party is in power, we should celebrate certain things, not because of where we found ourselves as politicians, and I'm talking about the politicians, but where we found ourselves as citizens of a country called Liberia. For anybody to suggest that an extension in the U.S. visa process is nothing and we should not listen to it, we should not celebrate it, then I think the person is being more political than patriotic. Because it is something to celebrate. And that is the reason why I'm requesting, and I have written the U.S. Embassy to see whether people can come on the radio to explain the function or the importance of the different visas, the B1, the B2, and all these kinds of things, so that they will come here and provide clear-cut explanation, other than all of us just speculating. But on the surface, it's a good thing. I also want to know from the embassy whether it's a new policy, whether it's been approved by State Department, all these kinds of things. They will respond. But let's take a face value from the statement that came from the government. I think it's a good thing. Many times, do you know sometimes they used to give people 3 months visa and all, sometimes 6 months. Some of us have always been privileged maybe to get 1 year. Others have been getting 6 months. Others have been getting 3 months and those kinds of things. So if they extended the process to, at most 3 years, and somebody said that that's something, these things don't come from the blue sky. It is also a sign of the U.S. government's renewed commitment in the government of Liberia under President Joe Boakai. That's what it means. It's a good thing for foreign policy. When we say here that, look, others were arguing about the whole thing about the United Nations Security Council non-permanent seat. These are some of the benefits, and more benefits will come if Liberia can just leverage that seat and explore additional international opportunity using different diplomatic channels. There are a lot of opportunities that will come for the country. Right now, you are in the room. That's why we always said, you are in the room, so nations around the world will come to you. Different nations have different pressing issues to raise at the level of the UN Security Council. They are not in the room. And so you are in the room, so they will come to you to use you to raise these issues for them. You think it's going to be free? It's not going to be free. This is where negotiations will come about. You want me to, it's a give and take. You have the capacity to do certain things. I'm not going to, we got to discuss it. But the point I'm making is that Liberia now is seated as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council. A lot of things will happen. One other time before we went off the air, I was telling you, I said, are you watching the situation of India? The way India is getting more and more and more into Liberia, whether it is about the Indian embassy here, the Indian government through its embassy here, sending Liberians to India for different 1 week, 3 months, whatever trainings. Are you seeing the way India is trying to engage us diplomatically diplomatically through his embassy here to explore a lot of opportunities for us. You think you think it came out of a blue sky? These are the benefits for sitting on our global stage. And as a Liberian, I'm happy. I hope Her Excellency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and other sector ministries and agencies can use this position to explore more. We have not even gotten seated. We will get seated January of next year. We have not even gotten seated. Imagine if we get seated, we set up a whole secretariat. Imagine what it will mean for us. We can make breakthrough from this. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah, like I said, the extension in the visa process, it means the fact that you apply for American visa, automatically when you go to the embassy, they will just give you the visa. That's not it. I'm sure you will go under the very same scrutiny you stay used to go on. In fact, I was just telling somebody, it might even be tough. More than ever before. Imagine they were giving 6 month, 1 year visa, right? And people were being denied at the level they were being denied. In the event it was extended now to up to 3 years, it means they were tightening all the scope and put in place real measures. So it's not going to be rosy that once you apply, you work there, you get a visa free. It's not going to be like that. So we look forward to the response from the U.S. Embassy today. Then it will inform our next course of discussion. We will tell you exactly what we will be doing. 8 o'clock this morning, Nima County Representative Nenke Gay will be here. He is the chair of the Committee on Foreign Affairs. It will take us up to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, former Speaker of the House of Representatives and Grand Crew County Representative, Councilor Janito Fonanti Kofa, will be here as our guest. We'll talk about the CDC building project and other things we'll discuss with Councilor Kofa. He will be here as our guest at 9 o'clock. We will talk about the Oranto oil deal and the different posts he's been posting on social media, making his position clear. The other time I told you there was a new political party on the block, and that party would have been headed by a former Minister of State. I was referring to Wise Blamo at that time. I think they're still canvassing. In fact, they had their convention. They now have a leadership. They are waiting certification from the National Elections Commission. By the time it is done, I'm sure I will bring Wise Blamo on the radio and you will see. It's called, the political party is called the Liberia Alternative People's Party, LAPP, the Liberia Alternative People's Party. Now let's go to the Ministry of Commerce. While we're on the break, there is a situation at the Ministry of Commerce that people may necessarily not come out to speak about. I'm talking about people in the employ. But I know some officials at the ministry are not happy. My sources are putting me under the impression that there are a little bit of disagreement there. Some of the assistants and deputy ministers are not happy about some almost $500,000 that the ministry through the council of the Monrovia Industrial Park is requesting. They have approved for that money to be used to do some work. People at the Ministry of Commerce, where Madam Madeline Dagoza sit, are not too happy about it. I got this information and I've been doing a little bit of investigation. We'll talk about it today. And tomorrow we'll talk about a portion that has to do with the company to be, that have applied and all these kinds of things. Now let's go. So at the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, there was a resolution of, it's called the Interagency Advisory Board of the Monrovia Industrial Park. The Interagency Advisory Board is a board that is a composition of different ministries and agencies. They met and they signed a resolution, and I'll tell you some of the things we are finding out, and we are the moment they started our whole discussion about the usage of $400,000 or almost $400,000+, we started tracking it. Right now, it's creating a little bit of confusion in us. they're in their own WhatsApp group. Some people are not happy. Madam Minister thinks that she's done nothing wrong and all these kinds of things going on. This is the resolution. Whereas the National Legislature in February 1966 created an act authorizing the exploration of certain parcels of land, Monrovia Industrial Park, lying between the Monserrado River bridge and the access road to Gardnersville on the north side of the Bruce Island Pinsville freeway, and extending for a depth approximately 80,000 linear feet, originally covering blah 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 blah. Whereas over the years, the Monrovia Industrial Park has experienced significant encroachment by squatters, which undermines its viability as a dedicated industrial zone, thereby significantly reducing what was once blah 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 industrial zone to just 200 acres now, hosting small and medium scale manufacturers producing items like nails, flour, blah 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 blah. Whereas the MRP was previously managed by the National Investment Commission for several years as part of its mandate to promote investment and industrial development in Liberia. Whereas in 2017, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, through an administrative regulation, officially transferred oversight of the MIP from the National Investment Commission to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry as part of the government's broader effort to streamline industrial policy and better align manufacturing development with Liberia's commercial and trade strategies. Whereas it's a long process. Whereas let's go now. Therefore, the Interagency Advisory Board of the MRP resolve as follows. 1. That the proposed annual budget shall be revised to cover a 3-month operational period, last quarter of the fiscal year 2025, to align with the government of Liberia's budget cycle, with priority funding focused on 3 immediate interventions. A. Construction and rehabilitation works. B. Security services. And C. Publicity and signage for park visibility and enforcement. 2. That the 429,009 United States dollars proposed budget for the last quarter of the fiscal year 2025 is hereby approved as the budget of the MRP. That the Ministry of Commerce shall develop a comprehensive master plan and conduct feasibility studies to address systemic challenges, including electricity and water supply, sanitation and waste management, environmental safeguards, security, labor and immigration compliance, and social and community engagement frameworks. 4. That the Ministry of Commerce and Industry shall develop an aggressive encroachment mitigation plan, including the engagement of a private legal practitioner to support recovery of encroached land. That the Ministry of Commerce and Industry shall fund a private developer to manage and expand the park under a public-private partnership or build, operate, transfer model. 6. That the Ministry of Commerce and Industry shall circulate copies of the administrative regulation on the MRP to all board members to reinforce understanding of governance, compliance, and operational rules. Now, this is a resolution the board signed. These people signed. The Minister of Public Works, the Minister of Labor, the Minister of Justice, member, he signed. National Investment Commission signed this one. The Liberia Chamber of Commerce signed. Environmental Protection Agency signed. Liberia Revenue Authority is a member, signed. Minister of Commerce, the chairperson, signed. Liberia Business Association signed. Minister Augustine Kwei Gafon did not sign. Now, the board approving some $400,000 to do some project at the Monrovia Industrial Park. I got inside information that in the first place, this was probably the first meeting of the advisory board, and people thought it was so why the rush to sign for the use of that money, especially when the budget year have got just 2 more months. Well, maybe that's not a crime. Then I wanted to know, because I kept getting information that most of the people who attended the meeting who signed this thing sent process. So I wanted to know what happened. The first thing I wanted to know, unfortunately, I did not reach out to him. I like to be honest. I wanted to know why the Minister of Finance did not sign this resolution, and whether he was process, and why didn't the process sign. I reached out to the head of the Environmental Protection Agency. He confirmed that he signed. I reached out to Minister Giddings, Lafayette Giddings. He wanted me to send him a copy of what I have, but I said I was a little bit skeptical. I could not do that because I'm working with sources, and I did not want to get certain things out, because getting it out, I know what it meant for certain things. So I told him, well, I just wanted to know whether you signed as a member of the advisory board, but then he didn't get back to me. Then I reached out to Double Jala, because my sources informed me that, in fact, the LRA was doing a communication that they were not part of any such signing. So Double Jala did not sign any paper. Maybe they had their own issues. So I reached out to Double Jala, and Mr. Double Jala responded that he actually sent 2 persons as his process to representing in our board meeting, but he did not authorize them to sign any document. That's what Double Jala told me with evidence. He said he sent 2 persons to the meeting, but he did not tell anybody to sign any board resolution, whatever. So maybe I need to reach out to him today again to find out. When you send people to meeting and you did not authorize them to sign, and they sign, what's going to happen to the process you sent? Because to prove that you did not tell them to sign and they went and signed, I think to take some action. So Double Jala is saying he didn't send anybody to sign, although people signed, but Augustine Kpehe Gafwan did not sign. And I understand the Minister of Commerce wrote the PPCC for a no objection to go ahead, and I'm sure the PPCC is going to use its own, the PPCC process is a whole process. They're going to see whether it is the right thing to do or it is not the right thing to do, and all these kinds of things. But we are following the process. There is a company, there are a lot of companies. There is a particular one called the Whirlpool Construction Company. We are following it closely. We just want to let you know on the surface that we are following all of these things. There are a lot of things, even as I sit, still getting tip-off from the Ministry of Commerce. It seems people are actually not happy. I don't know why people think it is late. I mean, the last 2 years to use that kind of money is a huge money. Why the rush? And, the minister believes she's done nothing wrong as long as she's in conformity with the laws and all the kind of things she's so. But I'm closely following the process. Minister Kopokra, I reached out to him. He did not respond to my WhatsApp message. I wanted to hear from him. I'm also hearing that preliminary findings revealed that the bid documents for Whirlpool Construction Company were received in September 2025, and payment were approved in the same month, even though PPCC approval was not obtained until late October. So we follow all these things with the PPCC. We'll reach out to the Ministry of Commerce and talk about all these things. This is the Morning Rush. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we come here. We'll talk a little bit about the mining sector, and Minister Wilmot Pay has been replaced now by former Deputy Internal Affairs Minister for Operations and former lawmaker of Lima County, Richie Martinake Tingba from Glazer, PA. He was nominated by His Excellency President Joe Boakai as the new Minister of Mines and Energy. Probably when the President communicates with the Liberian Senate, Martinake Tingba will go over there. But I think he's an engineer by profession. Martinake Tingba has a degree in engineering. So The ministry may be no strange, very strange terrain to him. And all these kinds of things are happening. Tomorrow or Wednesday, we'll talk a little bit about some things. Now, I just wanted to remind the police again. Where are we with the Brian McGill case? Where are we? The last time the police said it was checking, it was contacting a foreign embassy accredited to our capital to assist. The police must give regular update on this thing. You see, it is both ways. Brian McGill is a Liberian. He's got his family. He got friends. He got relatives. If this thing is not concluded, for the public to know what's going on, it may have a dent on his character. Everywhere he passes in the street, people will be pointing at him, and people will say all kinds of things about him. That is the reason why it is good for this thing to come to a conclusion, so the public knows exactly what the issues are. So that tomorrow nobody will see Brian passing and be saying, oh, that the man that raped a 14-year-old girl and all these kinds of things. On the other side, the survivor, she's a Liberian child. She needs to have justice. The parents need to have justice. The law will have to take its course. That is the reason why the police should give us regular update, and it should not be maybe every time we can't talk about it, then the police come and issue one statement and have press conference. The police owe this one to the public. And these are the things people can wrap around people. They hold on to it. If nothing is done to bring this thing to a conclusion, it is not good for McGill, neither is it good for the girl, neither is it good for the justice system. It is not even good for future rape cases, because people will reference this one. So Colonel Gregory Coleman and the higher ups in the police force, you owe it to us. You must tell us at least every week, say something about it. Let's follow this process. And I insist, we should not convict Brian McGill on the basis of whatever, and we should equally not acquit him on the basis of whatever. Let's wait until the law further decides. So up till now, the whole government of the Republic of Liberia, you're still telling all you know who building the villa in for ya, oh man, shut up. When the current Minister of State went for confirmation, he was engaged and he said he knows absolutely nothing about it. It is about the reputation of the government. I think you're playing with. It is about the integrity credential of the government. The government needs to speak to that thing. Whoever is building that thing in FOIA, whatever it costs, the government must speak. And if you people think everybody will just shut up and become conspicuously silent and people will not forget, we will periodically remind the government, because nobody is supposed to jump in the country and build that kind of structure. And the government of the Republic of Liberia say nobody know anything is not possible. Somebody should explain something to us. And that is the reason why I thought the president would take that thing seriously, to ensure that the government comes out clearly and explain to people. Remember, one of the things that ran through and it became a very major discussion point in 2023 was about George Weah building condominium. I think for the now, whatever the number is. From the day that thing was delegated, that thing started on former President Weah, that he just took over as president of the country. He built condominium for himself. That thing lay with that ball. That thing lay with George Weah. In 2023, it was a major campaign discussion. The CDC could not escape from that thing. You need to tell us about the FOIA thing. Okay, so when I get the results from the U.S. Embassy today, I'll let you know. But we'll want to bring some of them on the radio to talk to her. But I think it's a good thing as far as diplomacy is concerned. We gave this one out to the government. The government has done well on this one. You know, they've done well on this one. If people are privileged, people are lucky to get a 3 years visa, it's a good thing for our country. For America to do those things, it means they should have some level of they should have some level of trust in the country and the government and the administration. These things don't come easily. Let's go to the lines and take some calls. 0777 700 9995 555 995 995. Let's talk about some of the issues that matter to Liberia. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir.
My name is David Kuyenangu, and I called this morning for my residence in Doe community. Clarence, thank you for the presentation, and thanks for thanks that the station has returned. We are praying.
I am just hearing that the Liberian National Police, as it were off 2 weeks. I'm here that the LMP cleared Brian of any wrongdoing. He is a free man now as we speak. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, thanks to all of you. That's the new information I just got. So the Liberian National Police has cleared Brian McGill. He's a free man now. Apparently, there is no evidence to link him to the commission of the crime. So that one, in the future, anybody that will say the man raped, somebody will come on and say, no, he was investigated and the police cleared him. Then we made a lot of things here. You know what I mean, too, we were off. All right, go ahead, David.
Yeah, so Clarence, thank you. You know, regarding the issue of the visa, Clarence, I think it's a significant strike by the Liberian government to achieve the 36 months visa agreement. You know, when I listen to others wanting to honor that achievement, I somehow wonder because it speaks to the maturity of the government. One of the things, Clarence, that led the issue of visa, people being denied visa, consistent in the country, was the manner how our passport was being handled. You were saying this time when individuals criminally sold our passports, criminals had our passports, flying our passports throughout the world. So people are somehow skeptical about the manner of form. We were issuing passports and things that enforce our passport regime. So now that we have a very credible government, a government that seems to be very transparent, progressive, and what have you, you will see significant changes in different respects. So the issue of the passport regime is another significant strive achieved by the government, and we are.
Thank you, Chief. Let's talk to other callers. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Julius Andrew. I'm communicating to you from Louisiana Township of Okowa.
Yeah, Julius. Mama, you can get land dispute in a play.
Oh, yeah, it's rampant, and especially when one citizen, he will and said to another person that you had yourself, and we always see it around here. But I think the authority need to really take seize of this matter.
Yeah. I mean, before you go ahead, when I say, you get that ball hard, I didn't mean to disrespect former president we are. You know I will not disrespect the former president. Sometimes you just speak in context. When I say, you get that ball hard, I was not being disrespectful. I just wanted to make it clear. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Jackson. To the point, thank you for such a fascinating topic this morning, especially when it comes to the issue of the image of this government, with the issue of Brian McGill. I have a little daughter here. You talking that thing, the essence of justice. Mind you now, no one accusing him, but to be vindicated is for the government to seize the matter to come to a logical conclusion. I'm a full supporter of Unity Party. And even
but what other conclusion if they say the police has cleared the man, because the police can charge before it goes to court. So if the police clears you, it means you're not going to go to court.
There were now cousin Greg got to put his foot on the ground and be a man enough to do the due diligence, because this thing has an effect. It has negative. We will celebrate.
But what due diligence now? If the police clear the man, what due diligence you talking about? Maybe except there are additional emerging evidence that will come about. But for police to clear, it means due diligence.
they say why good for the goose is good for the gardener. So if other people will not be treated the same way, because mind you, the law is blind, just sticker.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, do we have you? Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Rick Cooper calling from Barnasville.
Okay, Cooper, let's hear you, man.
Well, you see, there's something that this government or the Unity Party government continues to do. For every time they go through these kinds of cases, they will not come off, leave it hanging. They did it with the former Chief Justice. Today, we don't know who killed that alligator. Today, again, this guy was abused to the point where no one knows who raped her. No one knows who's raped her. But the fact here is that they are now saying they are clairvoyant. Tomorrow, they want to hang on to another person and claim that they're fighting law. This is not good for our society. They always like to bury the facts.
Okay, let's hear you, yeah. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Yes, sir.
This is Lorenzo Prince calling from Rocky Highway.
Lorenzo, let's hear you, man.
My man, I don't want to go to any of your talking points. They're not that they're not important. I just want to say thank God that the radio station is on.
Yeah.
Clarence, it has been really, really boring for some of us.
Really?
I'm not joking, Clarence. For the past 2 weeks plus, Clarence, when you came on the last time when you did the test broadcast, I was excited. Unfortunately for me, not knowing you're going on for another 1 week again, and I got seriously damn broken. I'm joking.
My man, the level of damage that was caused here.
I know, we understand that. We understand. Yeah, no, I've been reaching out to some other people, and they said, oh yeah, there's a situation again. But again, like I said, we praise God that the station is back home, and we hope and pray that every evil arrow that is pointed towards our station will go back the way it's coming from, Clarence. I'm not joking. On a very serious note, we really sincerely admire the station, and we hope and pray that this time around we'll be on the air as long as possible. And thanks to your bosses for the intervention and all the technicians that played their part as well.
Yeah.
And thanks to the management as well.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you. The technicians were the real deal, man. The technicians here were the real deal. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm John B. Farmer. I'm calling around Mosorado.
Oh, you're not calling from the honor representative district where Rachel Kun sit as a lawmaker.
Just listen small. Firstly, let me tell the speaker good morning.
Oh.
Yeah, the speaker of the 55th legislature on the Rachel Nangwe Kun.
Oh.
But he's known as the developmental speaker.
Oh, the man a developmental man.
Including his COF. But here's the issue. Maybe you are not aware. Please try to send your journalists to district number 11. In fact, our football field now, as I speak to you, will soon have a carpet.
Wait. It said they see John Farmer that used to call for that.
The speaker went to Power Temple just on Sunday, first Sunday, and gave $2 million. Are you aware of that?
Hey, my man, so be following the speaker everywhere he goes.
But the thing is, except you wanted me to give it back. Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, except you wanted me to give it back. You the only person like our man from they should want around Conway inside Louisiana there, they told us that to give it back. But no, giving is good, and you are a good giver. But last day to end on this note, I've seen the secretary man who said he can't talk all. Referring to Giro as a color ball.
I managed to play. No. I play behind the scene role already. Nothing.
Okay,
Thank you. I'm a behind the scene guy. Let's see John Farmer. I used to criticize Rachel Kun. The man said Rachel Kun is a development hero. Good morning.
Good Clarence morning.
Good morning, man. Good morning. Yeah. Begin you check on me, sir. Begin check on me. But okay, go ahead.
See?
I said some beginner couldn't even check on their people all the time. But okay.
I did.
But I call your name.
I
call your name. You but I call your name.
I was the one who called before you referenced beginning and checking on their people.
My man, I beg you, go ahead.
Even when you posted, every time you posted, I commented. And I, not because you big brother, I'm your uncle.
Yeah, no, go ahead, uncle.
So I have taken a break from politics. I just want to say welcome back on the airway. Liberian miss you. I miss you.
I know.
And because OKFM has been and is credible, balanced, and accurate. That's what happened when you possess those characteristics. So you see, it became boring for many of us.
I know. Eric, why you taking political sabbatical? They say your papi Sam Jackson and John Musa Belletis CMC, eh?
Now you're dragging me into politics. I have taken a break from politics. Now you want me to address the issue of
What you focusing on now? You businessman now?
Well, whatever my life has taken, I just have passion for something I'm working on.
Okay, Eric.
And soon, very soon, you too will have vested interest in
good.
what I'm working on.
I think I need to call you. I like vested interest issues.
Sure. So we miss you, and we're happy that you are back, Clarence Jackson. And thank you to you and your staff. Everyone, we say welcome back.
Thank you. I will invite Sam Johnson here this week for us to have a discussion. But let me take Ma Rose Baker, Chile. Let me take her. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Pisoo.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm so delighted this morning, and I want to tell you thank you. I want to say thank you for bringing us back.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
And because
how is the leg now?
I still say go.
Okay.
But at least thank God it works better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm so happy.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Ma Rose Baker. By the time Nenke get coming, we'll take him very, very shortly. Let me take. It's okay. Hello.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. We are all emaciated from Koshiako because we don't have breakfast for 2 long weeks.
I know.
You see how bad you are. And I call you, but you didn't pick up the call. 2 times I get a record on you.
You want for all to bring everything outside. Yeah, I not respond to you. Hey, giving me a hard time like this, man.
What's up, man? You are really balling. Yeah,
I see the man. I want to talk behind the wall.
But we miss you guys. We miss you. We miss Julio.
I know.
But Julio on Facebook with him, regular updates. And I wanted to ask him what happened to the perpetually erected something in.
I think that thing perpetually just remain the way it was, except Julius will give us update. Maybe I need to call Julius. I will call him very shortly. Let him tell us about the perpetuality of Michael Bilo is calling from Banga. I'm sure. No, he's still supposed to be in Monrovia because Letopo just graduated. Mr. Bilo, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence. Unfortunately, I came back to. I'm not in Monrovia, but I'm in Banga. I got in line. Yeah, I had some things to attend to this morning. That's why I had to rush by.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Clarence, let me say congratulations to the station management for every effort they made to have the station resume to broadcast. And like others have said, the past 2 weeks was very boring for many of us who objectivity, and objectivity is where FM fans itself, and I would say thank you guys for the great work. Thank you, Clarence.
Thank you, Mr. Michael Bido. Thank you so much. Representative Nenkege is here. We'll take it very shortly, but not until we hear from this caller. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Yeah, sorry for the feedback.
It's okay. I don't know. You sounding like you're sitting somewhere far from the phone.
Yeah, I think I'm better.
Okay,
now.
no, you are better now. Very, very better.
Yeah, Clarence, this is Diana. I have Peter and Peters. I call you from Kokotown.
Oh, Peter Link, what's up?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And Clarence, let me say welcome back on the show.
My flower mate, welcoming back to get ready for flower kukuna.
You know, we are best friends, Clarence.
I know.
So, let me say first, thanks for the show, the conversation this morning. Clarence, I think, like you said about the minor that was raped, if the police is saying that Mr. Michael has no problem or he is free, he is not the one who did the act, and we know that the hospital report said that this girl was raped, and she's a minor, she's 14 years. So the police should now investigate to tell us who did the act. Because the hospital reports already confirmed that the child was raped. And the parents came out and talked about it. So people say it is not a person who she puts her finger to. The police should find out who did the act.
Okay.
So do not just let it be for this child to live with that kind of trauma.
Okay.
Clarence, so we need to call the police attention to tell us if my girl is free, then they tell us who raped the young girl.
Okay.
Then my girl is not the one who did it. So, I mean, it's very frustrating this morning, Clarence. We have been protesting, crying out for this issue, but only for the police to come and tell us that the person is not guilty. I mean, it's very sad that they tell us who did that act to the young girl. She cannot live with that trauma forever. And lastly, Clarence, before I drop the line, when it comes to this building, the construction that is ongoing in Lofa County, we don't need rocket scientists to tell us who owns that property. It is the president of the Republic of Liberia that owns that property. It's Mr. Boaka property. We know that.
Okay.
All right? Government people say no. This is why they are not saying anything.
Okay.
We got fact check what I can check information. Let them check the information and get it.
The thing about the thing, they say when you go there, they can't allow you entry. That's the thing about it. You
the most powerful person in the country is the one that owns the property. So the security, they're protecting it.
Okay, Peter Lee. Thank you. I have my small brother and my colleague. I have respected journalist Julius J on this line. Deconti, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence. But what are the praises this morning?
Unfortunately, I can't speak great. I would have greeted, but there is a growing public concern about the perpetuality of that thing, the guy, man who in Ganta. The public say, I'm going to call you to update them. Where is the story now? Has it rested?
Let me say thanks to you and to the management that we are back on.
And thanks to you too, Julius. We did this thing together.
Yeah, but I hope you tell the people they need to raise funds for the station or else
we call it off, eh?
People might carry two of us to jail.
Yeah.
Because most of what we did, it was credited and it was our faces and our names that were used.
We use our faces and our names to borrow things that it will be tough.
So people, we need at least $10,000 to be able to settle a whole lot of what was done. So it is something that the public needs to know. Yeah, but as it relates to that situation, the last time we checked, they came back from Guinea and it remained that way. But we try to get in touch with our correspondents and our sources in the county to see where it is now. But
so the last time you checked, it was still erected.
Yes, it was still erected, refusing to go down.
They say the man is from Neka Gates District. Neka, yeah, you will tell what
Okay, good.
Neka Gates Motai, feel me again. I don't want to laugh, yeah. But Julius is serious. I mean, two of us had to stand the management bond. We had to stand up bond somewhere for a little over $10,000, US dollars to get the station on, get materials and all that kind of thing. It's been tough. Like Julius said, sometimes it's like a joke, but it's serious, When you sit one day and you see two or three handcuffs, just know that some kind of thing will tow from somewhere won't pay, so the people going to court, and maybe that's why it is the way it is. Dr. Kotima, out of courtesy, I will just take you right here, then we'll take a representative. Why you want to talk about the what?
The case of the erected penis.
Okay, they say they carried to Guinea, Norway, they brought it back. You want help? That?
No, the point is that is one of urologists what I specialize in. Okay. That she has what we call priapism. A priapism can be caused by a lot of factors. People who have blood dyscrasia, blood diseases, sickler can have that. You have medication that you take can also cause erection. And it's defined as erection that passes 4 hours. So between 1 to 4 hours is called prolonged erection. And after 4 hours is called priapism. So for priapism, the management, you need to come in the first 6 hours, you come and see a urologist immediately. Okay?
But then I got we need to talk to our correspondent in Ganta so the guy can come see you.
There's nothing much we can do at that stage. we'll still examine him. If he doesn't have any pin, in fact, when they posted it onto the chat page, I wrote on that page to come and see us immediately at JFK. It has nothing to do with going to Guinea and here and there. There's a surgical management called distal shunting. We're supposed to do it for him immediately. We happen to do it for all our patients that come to JFK. He's not the only one. I have a barrage of cases like that.
Okay. Oh, wow, that's
so
good.
So distal shunting for it, yeah.
That's good.
So, but now, if you delay, then it leads to fibrosis, then the penis get very hard like a wood.
We're not even wanting to lead to fibrosis.
But it has already happened because it has passed more than 72 hours.
Oh, that thing go more than 2 more now. Yeah, 72 hours you're talking about?
So, if it passes on 2 hours, you will not do. But the best is to come and see a urologist because one for counseling and the options available. Like being that prosthesis like that.
Thank you.
We are JFK here. Come and see us. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Dad. The team been standing in defiance of everything over the last 3 months. Just standing. They carry Ganta. They come by. Standing. And that's only 2 hours they're talking about. Representative Nenke Gay is here. He's our guest this morning. Representative Gay, I like to always say good morning. Welcome to the OK Morning Rush. It's good to have you, man.
Thank you very much, Clarence. Thank you. And myself, I didn't know that OK had a technical problem, and it was just yesterday I got to know. And thank God that you people are back.
Yeah. Thank you for everything. How is your district? How are your people?
Well, my people are okay, and I came from the district yesterday. We had a big rally for the United Liberian Church at the Campley region yesterday. So the COS from the Vice President office, and I had to drive there yesterday early Sunday morning. Make sure we participated in the rally fundraising program, and we had to come back yesterday. At least we returned safely, and almost every weekend I'm there. Last week I was also there for the induction of the commission of the administrative district. My district had 2 administrative districts. They are Yame and Gbe. So the last weekend was the induction ceremony of the commissioner from the Gbe administrative district. So I had to go to attend the program and I returned. So, and I'll be going also on Friday. I've intended having a meeting with some young people in the district. They have been raising some concerns. So we need to go to address it. And moreover, I was not able to reach Yekepa yesterday, but there's a little problem in Yekepa.
What happened?
AML had decided to do some renovation, especially to Area B and other areas in Yekepa, and they are writing an eviction notice to the occupant of that particular place. So they've been also calling me.
We'll talk about that because we're coming to talk about AMA issue.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
So.
But you are a member of the Inland Church, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What is the church broke ground to do? What do they want to do?
No, there are 2 projects the church is undertaking in the district. In Campley, they have the Campley is a region, the regional headquarters of the United Liberian Church, the Campley region. So their conference center, the roof, is having a problem, so they wanted to de-roof the place and then re-roof. So they had a fundraising rally for us to make contribution, and then a member of the ULIC will decide to go there to make some contributions, and the local church also in Campley also I have undertaken a project also, so we decided to at least make some contributions.
That's good. That's good. I'm always passionate about Campley area, because coming up, we did a lot of things around there.
Yeah, you play a lot of football in that
area. Yeah, play a lot of football around there. So where is the project now? That's why you see me, I'm always engaging here about that town hall project where almost like $1 million you go put your hand in. How is that project?
No, the foundation is complete.
It's not even town hall. It's a city hall.
It's a multi-city hall. Mm-hmm. The foundation, the construction company that is undertaking the project, they have done with the foundation. The challenging thing we're having now is to buy fill. We need, a yellow machine to help us in that. So, and right now, the CRG, the Chinese company that was constructing the roof on second part of Tologwatu, they almost 1 year they are not been operating. But when they were operating, when they were actually functional, you really used to help us in a lot of things. So we are still making so that we can be able to at least buy fill the place, because the materials to elevate the wall, the structure are all, set. The steel rod, the cement, everything is set on the ground. The block, we have sufficient, cement block that can elevate the wall to reach the roof level and do the casting. But the challenging thing we have now is that my brother, the foundation or the place, some of the areas that they inside here, so to backfill it is challenging. So we are waiting so that at least when we have the opportunity for now to maybe the end of this month, so that we can be able to do the backfilling, and then they'll do the casting, and then the elevation, the wall will start.
That's a huge project.
Yeah.
That's a huge project. How is the Loguato terrain? How is
the Loguato terrain is good, and many persons are investing in the Loguato area because the pavement has reached the Loguato. The only challenges we have right now are the bridges, along the road from the second park corridor to the Loguato corridor. The construction company, the project actually would have ended last year, December 24. But because of some other issues, there were two banks that actually the contract they would have provided the funding for the road construction, but the African Development Bank fulfilled its portion of it. But then the European Investment Bank, there was one NGO guy who went and wrote a very bad report on sexual abuse, bad labor practice executed by the company. And then, those people, the human rights issue, when the people got to know, they said that they cannot release any funding anymore. But then we've been engaged in public works, and I think the last meeting we had with them, they show all that the road pavement project will resume from now to the end of the month, early December. So
that's good. Are you doing any? Are you personally or working with the Ministry of Public Works, doing any road work in Yamen? I'm just imagining that whole place from...
Yamen issue, it's a dedicated issue. We have been constructively engaged in Asalamita. The last time, when I went there, there was some challenges on the road. And the last time when I was called between leaving Kala, branching to Lugbe, the road was very bad. Lugbe had a clinic, and then
always
to transport,
terrible.
To transport patients from the clinic, from the local clinic there to the Yekepa, hospital, actually challenging. And we engaged Aslam Meta, at least they were able to put crush right on the road. It's plywood now, and so this dry season, we are robustly engaging them so that they can be able to at least do major intervention from Lugbai to Benton Way, Blowley, from Blay all the way going to Kinong, Boni, to do all these things, because we cannot have the area, especially where Aslameta is operating, to be the road to be deplorable.
That also too. You have a huge district.
A very, very big one.
I'm imagining from Loguato to Yekepa.
No, that Yekepa, just say Blowley or Boni.
Blowley.
Because Yekepa is but you got Yekepa to go all the way.
Dule, Zwale, all in your district.
Yeah, I went the last time in Dule. My predecessor was constructing a clinic in a place, and since the election 2023, the clinic condition is very deplorable. So he did a good job, and so
you
I went there
represent a huge
time.
area. You represent from Africa border to Guinea
border. Yeah. So the last time I went there, had meeting with the Dule people. When we did the assessment, so we are looking for funding so that we can be able to at least send some materials for the completion of that clinic. Because go imagine from Dule, Dule is almost between Cote d'Ivoire and Guinea. So the distance from there, the nearby clinic
and that whole terrain, Dule Zwale, is a huge billabong and pepper producing area.
Yeah, plenty billabong, Edos, and everything. So the soil there is rich. Going to Seton Tour, and other places, Kitobagle. So from that place, the nearest health facility is in Guagotou. So you gotta drive from Dule, get to Yantu, get to Kule, then branch to Guagotou. And currently the road from Kule to Guagotou has been very bad. And the special assistant to the vice president office, Mr. Edwin Corden, and myself, been working together. He started the project.
I think he's from Guagotou, right?
Yeah, he's from Guagotou. So I had to, make some contribution. They go on weekends so that the road can be, because it's challenging. Actually, if you have somebody say from Dule to take the person to other Zon Gowi, or to go to my brother, if God not would have put in that person. Yeah. So it's challenging. So we want to at least for a house so that the dual clinic can be constructed, and it will serve people from certain tool from Kitongwagli and Dule and even Yantu. And from Yantu to Dule also a far distance. So my brother, the interior part of Liberia, my brother, our people are really, catching hell.
So the road from Zod, go Zod Tapa all the way into my village is almost closed.
Yeah,
you can pass there to get a grab feed. No, I mean the road to get a grab feed past a village.
There used to be a road from Zod Tapa,
exactly,
passing the East Nima Nature Reserve, going to grass feed, but the road is locked. That's the way. That's the area. The Mark Africa, after the Meta, the Mombili, right there. They're trying to, the last time they had a camp there.
But Mombili is right, man. Village.
Yeah, okay. So there's a plan also to engage AML to construct, to rehabilitate that whole road from South Tapa, because that's a shortcut from when you come from Zorway. That's a shortcut to get to Yekipa. Instead of going to Second Pi, going to Zolowi.
Yeah, you just take that road, get the graphic, get to Diagbala.
That the road we're using during the water, we just used to pass there, going Guinea, So
okay, let's move on and talk more about ArcelorMittal issues. So the Nimba Legislative Caucus are still to be corrected with the exception of Senator Samuel Koga, because I didn't see him in any of your photos. You met with the president. What did you talk about?
Yeah, so
why wasn't Koga there?
Yeah, I think the last appearance I made here, I think I constructed some, some other statement and creating the avenue opportunities for us to have a dialogue and negotiation as the matter. And based on that, we all sat down and said, yeah, gentlemen, we cannot continue to be on the Facebook and continue to be on the radio. We have to make our position clear and have them highlighted, in black and white, so that tomorrow history will judge and say, oh, the one thing was happening, besides the Facebook page, Facebook posts the guys were making, what did they do? What intervention did they make? What, issues did they, project? In the best interest of the Nimba people. Because we represent the people's interest. So on the basis of that, we had a series of discussions after the Metakin. We met, and what we did was that we did our...
So you had two separate meetings.
Yeah,
one with ArcelorMittal and one with the president.
Because the first one we have with ArcelorMittal, the issue of compliance, we highlighted one on the other only one column, and the issue of the renewal or maybe the new MDA. What are our expectations? What do we expect ArcelorMittal to do? And the compliance issue, what the government library ArcelorMittal agree in the MDA that have not been executed or implemented by ArcelorMittal. These are the compliance issues. We listed them in one column. And then the other issues that had to do with our expectation. What do we expect? What are the Nimba people expectations? What do we anticipate ArcelorMittal in the new arrangement? So we also highlighted them. And we made them to understand that we have to give people timeline so that the compliant issue, the non-compliant issue, people can be able to comply with this issue in the specified period of time.
Was Senator Twine in the meeting with AML?
Senator Twine did not come because he approved, his participation, but then he had a trip to South Africa, so he could know what it is. I think.
So he and Francis Dopo.
Yeah, in South Africa, so he could not have been in the meeting. And then Senator Koga also received an invitation, to attend, I think, the induction ceremony of the Nimba students in Rwanda. So he was not in the meeting, but other than they were all aware, they sanctioned the meeting and they approved the meeting. So
did ArcelorMittal agree on some of the issues you raised with it?
Yeah, they agree, and some of the issues that we they had not really been actually implementing. We told them that these issues are this, and they said, yeah, it's true. We have our fault, we are fault of some of these things, and we are going to do them expeditiously so that we can meet up with the timeline. And then we agree. So what we did, and afterward, the vice president too, while he's still a national figure, is our brother also. So we had to also have a meeting with him to brief him on the outcome from the ArcelorMittal meeting. And we started to discuss, and from there was a proposal made that we should do everything possible so that we can be able to catalog some of these issues that we have as caucus that represent or reflect the views of the Nimba people, to present them to the president, and then copy to the president, from the president, the interministerial committee on concession, and NRC and other people. So that, and besides that, we have an engagement plan So what we have done is that while it's true that we have met with some of the higher, people in the echelon of power, and then we have presented the document to them, it's also important to also have engagements with NIMA stakeholders. Mind you, if we don't do that, we'll receive some latches tomorrow that, on the basis that why you people, we sent you people there, and why the kind of critical decision you were about to make, you didn't consult us. So what we are playing as caucus is that in the soonest possible time, by this week or early next week, when we, govern us on funding, we're going to go back to our respective districts, the 3 affected districts in Nima and all the other districts in Nima. We're going to have, stakeholder meetings, to be able to unveil what we have cataloged and presented to the president. We're going to present them to them so that in 2 phases, the non-compliance issue and what are we anticipating the new MBA, so that we can be able to inform them officially that these are the decisions that reflect your views and aspirations.
What did the company say particularly about the road from Sanikore to Yekepa?
Yeah, they are going to do it. They are going to do it. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yes,
now, I heard you say renovation work is about to take place.
Yeah.
You had a representative directly representing the Yekepa area. Are you thinking about providing some kind of sensitization or awareness? Because, man, you all the time will say, Aslameta, I want to do that. Aslameta, when the company gets ready to do renovation and or construction, it's going to be a tough decision. People will have to leave.
That's a paradox of the issue right now, the situation right now. We have been advocating the Aslameta, keeping Yekepa to that level, and this that is happening, and then they wrote us that, oh, gentlemen, we have, agreed with your advocacy that on grounds that we are not been doing much in Yekepa, so it's time that we, as a company, can do these things in Yekepa to renovate some of those areas gradually. But then for area B, we are ready now to execute. Now, they wrote a letter of eviction, the eviction notice to the occupants of that place. And then when the letter of eviction was written, they call us as also their representative that, they notice, it's good. They get a 30 days notice to vacate. Now, they have been calling that, the time, the 30 days notice is very short. They are calling for extension in the time. And so I sent a commissioner from Kianfo. Kianfo is a township.
It's a unification township.
Yeah, it's a township. So we sent Cooper Gale, I think yesterday, to have a meeting with the citizens in Area B, and the meeting was successful. And then today I'll be doing a communication to answer the matter, because some of
What do you want?
What I want is that we always speak on the interest of our people.
Extension?
Maybe. But what really is happening is that they themselves, they sometimes ago they had some discussion with them, and they saw that they're going to get a small repackage or
get a small thing,
resettlement package, so that they can be at least have something for themselves to go. And some of the people who are in our place, they are all workers. There are some of them are contractors also and workers. So I think on the basis of that, I will do a communication with AML today, so that we can be able to sit on the table to see what we can do, so that at least we don't, because at the same time too, we have to also provide security, for the people. But if the people go out, liberal, we can sometimes take things. Oh yeah, we gotta do this now, and then start protesting. It will not be a good thing. So we gotta diplomatically sit down, negotiate. Let us do it, behind the scenes, so that at least the people can just leave the place, in quietude, instead of, a situation that will create chaos. So I think we're on a negotiation also.
Did I hear you say the caucus will do an official communication to Aslameta highlighting its position after the meeting?
We have done that already.
Okay, you've done that.
Immediately after the meeting, when we had the meeting with them, and then we discussed, we highlighted, the non-compliance issue and our expectation in the new, MDA. So we catalog all these things, and we have forwarded to them, and they have looked at it and said, yeah, most of the points that you guys have raised are all genuine, authentic, and we are going to take serious consideration to that. The non-compliance issue, we are making every effort, to be able to ensure that, these things are, we comply with them, so that in the soonest possible time we can be able to at least zero down all these things. So, yeah. So
where is what's the current status of the MRLU Parliament formation? Where are we? What stage are we now?
I think Sierra Leone has made significant progress. they have passed that the protocol.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
In the parliament.
Yeah. And we too, we are taking a decision, and we sent to send it to the Senate for concurrence. So, and I think 2 weeks ago, I wrote my counterpart in the Senate and officially informing him about the progress that we have made, and that we should work together in the best interest of sub-regional cooperation and developing a strong partnership within the region, so that we can be able to at least advance, and promote, the parliamentary agenda within the sub-region. So
okay,
we had a successful meeting, and we need to have a joint committee meeting also to discuss some of these, issues. Yeah.
Nimba County Representative Neke Gay is our guest this morning on today's edition of the OK Morning Rogers on Monday, 3rd November 2025. Prior to becoming a member of the legislature, you worked at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, so you have a deeper understanding of diplomatic, international, and other issues. The government of Liberia issued a statement. As a matter of fact, I just announced on the radio this morning that I have written the U.S. Embassy because I want further clarity, and I want to see whether they can even send people on the show to explain and provide some education. What do you make of this government statement about the visa extension, or the visa extension process for Liberians wanting to go to America?
Clarence, I think the move by the United States of America government to reciprocate the visa issuance issue is a significant milestone in the corridor of our diplomatic relations with the United States of America. There have been series of complaints. Lawmakers, can you imagine, lawmakers have been denied from last year. Some lawmakers were denied visas, and the engagement have been, ongoing. Many times, some lawmakers will call me, man, this thing that your minister is doing, you had the oversight responsibility of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The woman saying that there, they deny your visa. These things are happening diplomatically. It's not cool. We have huge members of our constituents in the United States of America. We need to go sit down with them to discuss some other basic issue, to have some, district development issue with them. And these things are happening. So have been happening. So we have also, we wrote the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on the basis of some of the complaints. Constant denial, lawmaker, this and that. Sometimes, we thought, even myself, last year when I was going to the U.S. for the General Assembly, when we were there, I was given one more visa.
They gave you one more?
One more visa. So the visa, when I left in Liberia 2 weeks, ago.
So you had only 2 weeks?
I had 2 weeks. So when I went there, one of my friends said, man, you got to stay. I said, no. I said, I cannot stay.
I cannot stay.
So I got to go back. In fact, my visa was supposed to be expired on the 8th of October. I left on the 6th. So I don't want any problem. So I came, and just this year we were going for the Security Council. I was able to be given a 1-year multiple entry visa. But that had not been applicable to other government officials. So I think that they moved by the Washington, to actually to make the statement of the visa, reciprocal arrangement between government of Liberia and the government of the United States of America.
I hope you're not creating the impression that a floodgate has opened, and that unlike the past, people will just be getting visa.
No, the floodgate has opened, but then every country has its own immigration law, and they have some policy issues on visa issuance. So they had to do their own investigation to be able to make sure that you are best suited for that category to be given visa at the business or the tourism visa, so that they can, because every country had a sovereign immunity, and you have that power, to make a decision on who enters your country. So that one is like in the preview. But what we want to laud the United States of America government, want to appreciate them for, is that to make that significant move, which diplomatically,
except that the government through its embassy here has not issued any statement on this matter. So a lot of people are still concerned. People thought as a result of whatever has happened, the government would have the embassy would have issued a statement to say America has taken this position.
The statement, Washington make a statement, it reflects the diplomatic agency here.
Washington spoke already. For me, what I've been seeing is the government of Liberia's statement.
No, Washington, the State Department, when the State Department issue, it didn't want the government of Liberia had, it didn't get telephone call.
No, has the State Department issued a statement?
Yeah, the State Department, if you go even to the United States, our embassy, Washington, D.C., if you go to
anyway, I will wait until the embassy respond to my communication.
So the other statement that comes from the government, they are representing United States of America here, and the statement from the State Department automatically, in the American system they have the structure a little bit different. What we call the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the State Department on that side, the Department of State. So in as much as they have come up with that decision, it means that the embassy here had to also implement what they have come up with. So it's just that the embassy also have come up with their own, press statement also to validate the decision Washington have made. So we feel that in the corridor diplomacy, we feel that this is a unwavering commitment, from the U.S. government to actually calibrate and re-strengthening our relations, as it are taking years, from the 80s, early 80s when this visa, stopped, but from that time up to present, it's been difficult. And you having known and having studied and having gone through the relations that exist between Liberia and America, far dated in 1820, and all these things. So for us to be on the other side, it's been difficult, but we feel that this significant move, the few days by Washington, I think is a clearer, a mood, to demonstrate their commitment to this government, foreign policy agenda, as we deal with other countries. And moreover, Liberia right now Liberia was elected on the Security Council, and we are sitting right now on the global, table making decisions on behalf of other countries. So we should be treated with some other,
level of respect.
So,
on the issue about the statement from the government, a friend of mine from Washington, I've been reaching out, and he said to me that apparently the embassy in Liberia hasn't released a statement because of the U.S. government shutdown. So they are not updating their Facebook page regularly. They would have done that. So let's see how it works. Like I said. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so long the decisions are being approved by the State Department automatically, So we want to, I want to also extend my appreciation, for to the powerful Minister of Foreign Affairs, who we have been working together closely, and she actually been working closely with the Senate Committee Chair on Foreign Affairs and the House Committee Chair on Foreign Affairs, and we feel that this move is significant, and we all have to at least hail the government for the significant move. We at the legislature, even though our work is to have oversight over the sector that we chair, but equally so when we work along with the sector that we have oversight over and they are making some progress, we need to also appreciate them for the significant progress that they have made. So I want to say kudos to this administration, and we are making significant progress. Liberia, is coming back, and we feel that our representation and our relations with other countries around the world is actually yielding fruitful results, and coupled with some of the international engagements with, other head of states and head of government around the world.
Now, what's happening at the legislature, the House of Representatives in recent time? Speaker Richard Kung is banned on, using a gavel to always instruct the Sergeant Arms. Is that how you call it? Yes?
Yes, Sergeant
to throw people out of sections. And some of the lawmakers think he is attempting to sanction their opinion. Every time they want to talk about issue, the latest was with Plebo Sorokan District, your colleague Anthony Williams, when he insisted that President Boakai recently sent a bill banning traditional practices in the country. It was endorsed unanimously. But when the issue about gay rights is coming, he thinks that Deputy Thomas Fala and Richard Kuhn, the speaker, they're always shying away from it. And every time Kuhn is throwing people out, get out. Anthony, what's going on?
The legislature, sometimes where we sit down, it is difficult for someone to speak out, especially when you find yourself in leadership, because any critical view that you want to speak out, sometimes you got to also be very careful because it reflects the leadership opinion. So you gotta be careful. So that when the agenda item is prepared, sometimes leaders have to go through the agenda, and some of these things that are not necessary at a particular time, they are sorted out. But however, the issue of the bound of harmful practices, when it came to the House, it was a debatable issue. We are working with international partners. Why it's true that it's our culture, we have our cultural practices that allow some of these things to happen. We are working with international partners. So when the motion was raised, secondly, the matter was sent to a committee room.
Okay.
So the committee, the House was through committee. So when the issue is being raised in plenary and motion is taken and seconded and people registered on readiness to vote, and then when after stating all your readiness to vote, and when a decision is taken automatically by majority members of the House, through yea or nay vote, it goes to the committee room, and the committee has to give it. There are times not given to the committee to make its report. So the committee will not just go and sit down and say, okay, they don't know. The committee will make a report on the basis of research that you have done. Why is it important to ban harmful practices in Liberia, or is that important? So some of these things, when you do that, you make a report. When the report comes on the floor, it has to go through the normal legislative process again. It got to be read, motion got to be taken, whether it will be the vote got to be taken. So when you have some of the critical issues like that, and the matter is being sent in the committee room, you can go, no legislator, you go in any committee room to work with the committee, and you can give your view or opinion.
But plenary is a higher decision-making area. Is it a good thing to always throw people out in the?
No, but we have our rules, right? We have our rules. Expressing your issue, your view in the plenary, doing in the chamber, does not in any way, make you to be an outlaw person. But the manner in which, because you have to be recognized by the presiding officer before you speak. When the presiding officer recognizes you, and the man, he has a gavel.
That plays a political theater.
Yeah,
sometimes you find your way. The man won't recognize
no, but
you.
I come in now because we have our rules also that guide us. That there should be, whenever we're meeting, there should be quietude. We should, all, this and that. So when you got to be recognized, the speaker has a gavel. Even you can raise your hand 100 times today, and the speaker does not recognize you. He doesn't because that he has a gavel. So, and the flow, the way, the flow of the issue, the way in the flow, you have to also look, the presiding officer got to look at it, and you have to look, because if you don't manage it in a way that will be, it will follow deep or maybe degenerate or into chaos. So you have to manage the flow. And you have to, some people are in the house, we have three categories of people in the house. There are some people who are hard learner, some people who are middle people, and some people who are stabilizer. So people who are stabilizer always be there. Oh, let's do that.
Who are you?
You categorize me.
No, you should do. I'm not a member of the house.
Yeah. So for me, most of the time I'm
you're
not.
A stabilizer.
I'm always play like a stable.
You're a diplomat.
Yeah. Always
that's the most detailed people. They plan it, but they will stabilize it on the stage, or at the back they can.
But there are some people that it's difficult to stabilize them because when they are in the action in the plenary, they will talk to end. The law says that you cannot hold anybody responsible for what he says in the plenary, but the speaker also has a gavel when you're going contrary to our rule to put you outside.
Now, but when will you people graduate from the year and nay? How do I know Neke gave voted for a particular instrument that I will hold him responsible when you're still doing year and nay? I mean, people not accounting for their votes.
No, what happens is that there are two ways to vote. When there are instruments, when there are instruments where like for instance, the MDA, the concession issue, and other instruments that are laws that should be legislated. You got to do a vote where you'll be recognized.
But to bar harmful traditional practices is a serious matter.
Yeah, but
it
the
committee, be a year
the committee, based on the committee report. Based on the committee, because if you allow the plenary to always make decisions, then what is the significance of the committee? The committee, the reason why the committee are relevant is that because when any issue come up when it had to do something with the gender center or maybe educational center, it has to be sent to the committee room.
No, but that's
and
not
then,
my point, Representative.
No,
My
so when
point
the
is,
uh-huh.
it goes to committee room, committee takes a decision, then it comes to plenary.
The committee will not make a decision.
Okay.
The committee cannot make a decision. The committee is coming with recommendations.
Okay, committee recommends. It comes to plenary
the
for
plenary
decision.
make a final decision.
So in making a decision on the harmful practices, why did you vote yeah and nay? We needed to know who voted against.
A decision has not been taken on there. I'm telling you that decision was taken to put the instrument in the committee room.
Okay.
And when the committee make its report now, the final decision.
No, I got you now.
Yeah.
So the here and nay vote was whether we should take it there or not.
So from that point now, when the vote was to pass it, there gotta be, you have everybody got. If you are in favor, you gotta make your vote to be yes or no, so that people will be recognized, and the engrossing clerk will be able to count people on the basis of
because I think it's sensitive.
Who are
those of you who represent
so they will
rural
know,
constituencies.
At that point, they will know, fairly that Clarence Johnson didn't vote for the instrument, and they gave voted for the instrument. And they know. Okay. So the issue about somebody instrument or somebody thing like, for instance, any issue that comes right now on concession, you can send it to investment and concession committee, and they will make that report and make the recommendations to the plenary, for decision to be made. The committee cannot make a decision. Committee will only recommend a plenary will make a decision.
When do you invite experts for expert opinion?
Yeah, when there are some critical bills, when there are some critical bills, then that need public opinion, and some hearing that are critical. You gotta call, you gotta open the committee.
My question is from the background. Look, for example, when you're discussing mining, that is very cardinal to the growth and development of Liberia. All the people on the committee may necessarily not have mining degree, so they may not understand. Because sometimes to understand the issue,
that's what I'm saying.
One minister, sometimes to understand the thing, not just about the English writing. You will read it, but
the subject matter.
Yes. So what don't you think is appropriate, even at the committee level, you invite some experts to guide the committee process? Because when it comes to plenary voting,
what you saying, we have been doing it, and it is something that is part of our function to call for public hearing when there are critical national issues, that you will allow the expert opinion of people who understand the sector and who may have their own personal opinion. You open the hearing for the public to participate. The civil society organizations, some other experts in that particular area, they will come and get an expert opinion, and that will also help the committee to guide the committee to make its report.
Even though sometimes the experts' opinion don't matter.
No, it matters. It matters.
You call them just for
decision
the sake of calling them.
Because when you are legislating, law is not just for you; it's for the country.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's what we've been doing. For you to sit down here and say we're not been doing, we have always.
If it was that way right now, people would not still be crying on the mining laws of the country. They say some of the mining agreement, the mining laws are bad. They are terrible. Those laws, people work on it in committee room, akin to plenary, they pass it, but people still complain. That's what I say.
What we have, some of us have, our argument that we have raised, and we need to do that is that, like for instance, Clarence Johnson proposed a bill, and that bill, we who work in the place, most of us were political actors. Some of us, we do not understand the legal ramification, legal implication on that bill. So what we sometimes do is that the Committee on Judiciary will also invite other, people like the Law Reform Commission. We have, the last time we make a proposal that the Law Reform Commission should work along with, the judiciary most of the time when there are critical bills that have to do with critical issues, and even the legislature, the legal bureau of the legislature work together so that, somebody think they to make a report, because the law you're making, maybe that particular, promulgation, or maybe the law have been legislated maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. So there can be a proper research made whether that law has not been passed, or that law was passed but it's dumber, and you bring in another legislation. So some of the research has to be done.
Okay.
So that's why the judicial committee will always work with some of legal luminaries, so that they can be able to sit down and discuss some of the issues and come up with a good report.
Okay, Representative Neka Gay is our guest. We're opening the line very shortly, 9 o'clock.
While the judicial committee in the House of Representatives is almost like a Mayfielder.
Neka, those judicial committees have been there and bylaws have been passed. It might not be the 55th.
When you say bylaws, I don't understand how you call bylaws.
We know how judicial committee here, when they say out of 66 agreement, almost is the final by. We had judicial committees here at the legislature. Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
So under the administration of Richard Kuhn, we are different.
We look forward to seeing the difference. Yeah. Okay. This is the OK Morning Rush. One of Neka Gay's constituents in Reverend Emmanuel Clarence Jonah from Camp 4 Redeemer Baptist Church is following. Reverend, good morning. 0777-700-995-555-995-995. We're taking it up to 10 o'clock when former Speaker Funati Kofa will come here as our guest. Hello? Good morning. No way we go to the other line. No time to waste. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Yeah?
Okay, my name is myself. I'm from Babuli.
Yep.
We want to thank the honorable man in studio. Why is it true that these laws are made for our betterment? But there should be proper examination of some of these things that the instrument are so bad. Like the concession agreement that is to come out. They do not look at the healing point. You do money, somebody do underground money. At the end of the day, when they leave from there, what happens next? They don't care. So it's a serious thing. You need to let them know. You need to check that thing. There will be, in the future, I'm not a geologist, but I'm afraid that maybe there will be a landslide in the future.
Okay. Hello? Good morning. Are you there? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Yeah?
Clarence, this is Elton, and I phoned in from this morning, Clarence.
Your full name, sir?
Yeah, I'm Elton David.
Okay, David.
Let me say welcome back. We miss you guys.
Thank you. We are back.
Yeah. But my attention has been drawn to the issue in the House there in recent time, where you found the Speaker putting his codice out. And I think it is wrong for our democracy because
he just explained that they have their own rules. So if you violate, they punish you. The punishment is that you get out.
Yeah, but I think the Speaker should have second term because he is a leader. When you start putting your friend out at the end of the day, you not let them to explain they are in. Because they are there to represent the Liberian people. Every time we go to section, you put in your friend out. I think under his leadership, the country is not moving nowhere. So I'm asking the chairman on foreign affairs, at least, sometimes you people should call the Speaker indoor and have conversation with him on these things.
Okay. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir.
Clarence, let me say good morning to you. My name is Father Bleeding. This morning I called from District 13. Clarence, the lawmaker is smart. I admire his brilliance, but it comes to high level dishonesty. Clarence, you can be in leadership when leadership is against the core issue, the people's will. You can critique leadership. This is why I admire former Representative Gabriel Yinka. He was in the president's office. He critiqued the president as it relates to the president, the issue that involved into Prime Samuka. But basically, let me come to the situation that has to do with the Foreign Affairs Committee. That has to do with the visa for 3 years. You said it and he expanded on it. Karen, there's no boast. There's nothing. If the issue of visa issuance has increased from 2 to 3, then we can celebrate it. But somebody said they gave a 3-year visa. If the people were issuing in a year, if they were issuing 2 visas and now they have increased issuing the issuance of visa to 4, we can celebrate. Secondly, the core issue we should be talking here, many of the young people are now suffering from the situation of the USAC countdown program. Somebody issue a visa for 3 years. What does it mean? Our leader will be able to look in the faces of our counterparts and say, no, you know what the USAC program is doing? I can call 100 students that were benefiting from USAC program today. They are out of school. I can call today the sector that USAC program are hitting. Then on our Neka Gay, we have some respect for, we come on the radio and say, oh yes, our counterpart will having foreign relations. That is not enough.
Okay. Sir, that is not enough. Hello?
Good morning. Call me Pisoo.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
This is the Jible Pisoo.
Jible, go ahead.
And let me give glory to God that, and thanks to the OK family, Clarence Jackson, manager, Julius Chair, Trukon Repu, and the rest of the crew at the OK FM. Thank God that you guys are back. At least we'll be having news and we'll be having information, independent information. Welcome and thanks to all of you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Jible. Thank you. Let's go. Can we go here? Yeah, we can. Let's take like 3 more. We'll go to Nankage. Hello?
Clarence, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Anthony Sayer. I'm the past president for Operation Merger Fund to honor his leadership of Duo Mova. Good morning to the entire management.
Vice president for what?
Huh?
You vice president for which institution?
Merger Fund 2, M Fund 2. Republic of Liberia.
What is that, if I may ask?
It's the motorcyclist for the South African.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. You still there? I'm not caught. Are you there? Oh, your money feeling here, man. Start talking. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I said good morning. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Pisoo. Let me say welcome back on show. We have been missing the voice, the golden voice of Clarence Pisoo.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Let me say good morning to my lawmaker institute. My name is Emmanuel M. Guzem, the Secretary General of the National Youth Congress of Nima Kwado. My attention this morning, I've been drawn to the issue of asnometa. Again, we want to know why is the status of the county caucus when it comes to the engagement. The last time we listened to, we saw some posts from some member of the caucus wherein they said they met the vice president on the asnometa, they met the president on the asnometa, but the caucus had not come up to tell the Nima people what was the outcome of the meeting. And we are also hearing about the president's current visit in the foreign countries. He will be meeting with staff or executive of asnometa. So we want to know. That's my concern this morning.
Okay, my brother. Let's go. Final caller. Let's go right here. Hello?
Yes, how are you? This Adama Kane Joseph Walker speaking.
Okay.
Clarence, my concern to go to the representative, I don't know any because I had in there. Because now, what kind of mechanism they putting together or you get called to start forcing the president? The president is old man, don't forget about when the party is old, when even enough president, why you get called back? What the mechanism they putting together? Well, you get called back because I'm all getting there with me. I saw. Even though I don't see my fire, but I saw. You must have forced the president. The second one, I want police representative to be the court. I don't even know Kuka. But I wrote this show for Nimba people. I said that a whole 4-day fast for Kuka to be senator. And I knew what I go. But I really want to see that man. I want to representative me to see that man. Just to see him because I let it be that big.
Okay, thank you. Let's go back. Representative Gay, you listen to the concept.
Okay, so with respect to the House, the Constitution gives right to the House to make its own rules. And under the rules, we have Rule 42.1 and .2 that talk about prestige and dignity of the House. So Rule 42.1 says every member shall at any place keep the prestige and dignity, of the House and refrain from, undesirable act. It says no member shall insult, abuse, or harass other persons within, the confines of the House, or cause disturbances or disturbance to the activities of the House. There is a rule. The House is a rule-based House, and I think the rules are clear. So sometimes the way we conduct ourselves, if you even leave session and try to play, the recording of our, the activities for the chamber, sometimes, you feel very, very bad because we're elected as officials of government, to do a particular work. So, and Liberian people can be eager to listen to us, what we say. So, I think in consonance with rule 41 and 42, for the 2.1 and 42.2, I think it's clear on how we should be able to something. So, on the basis of Asada Meta, issue where the caucus have not been able to meet with the NIMA, yeah, it's true. And I think from the inception of the discussion, I think I emphasize that we have made a plan to engage the NIMA citizens in every electoral district in NIMA to have a meeting. Then we'll have a joint stakeholder meeting that will be able to inform our citizens on what have been unfolding. Because we don't want so that tomorrow say, oh, when the Asada Meta deal was power, when they want happening, what the people do? The people come to all these things that so want to get whatsoever discussion that we had a few times. We want to meet with NIMA citizens to engage them and be able to, be able to inform our people on these some of these things that we have discussed. And the Yake Koroba issue, Yake is a elected official. And the thing is that, we all have to be respectful to power, and because we also are elected. I will not see anybody abusing me or insulting me to be happy. The same way too, we should also be able to at least respect the head of state. He is a head of state, irrespective of your political party or your political affiliation. We should all, attach sanity and dignity to that high office.
Except that the government is a beneficiary of that same kind of behavior of Yeke. So sometimes it is embarrassed now to engage Yeke.
Yeah,
what would they say? Yeke did seem to President
So there are some of us, they were now a good thing to do because we cannot, the highest seat.
But you didn't talk it. You didn't speak out.
I thought I was not in a position to speak out at that one, man. Diplomat, you don't appear too much. I thought we were in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we couldn't talk too much on the radio.
Okay.
But now we're in the best position to say anything we want to say in conformity with the law. So, Yeke issue, we mentioned that we'll talk to him. But again, these people are a nephew or uncle. There will come a time they will sit down like a Lothian, to sit there and discuss, some of these things so that they can forgive each other and move ahead. Yeah.
Okay, Representative Gay, I'd like to say thank you so much. Anything else?
I just want to say thank you so much this morning for this opportunity afforded me to appear on your show this morning. And I'm grateful to the OK family for the level of work that you are doing. You are doing extremely well, to disseminate the information of people, the connection that you made with some other local radio station to hear, what is happening, in the nation's capital. I think it's a laudable initiative that we need to appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Gay. We're taking a break. We come back. Former Speaker Fonati Kofa will be here. Very, very shortly, we have the former speaker here coming.
If nobody chewing your bone, you are nobody. They will know everything about you more than you know yourself. Yeah. They will talk, just to bring you down. They will spread all your bad news more than they spread your good news. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Oh, see, let them do the talking again. See, I will do the bluffing, yeah. Anything they say about me, please believe it. If you like, you can pour your own there, just to make it spicy. I know you like the cheese and you like the fries too. Sugar in the tea. TonesLikeBeria.com.
Anything they say about me, please believe it.
Begin at TonesLikeBeria.com. Begin at TonesLikeBeria.com.
Yeah.
Exclusively at TonesLikeBeria.com.
T12 on the beat.
If nobody talks about you, you are nobody. If nobody chewing your bone, you are nobody. They will know everything about you more than you know yourself. Yeah. They will talk just to bring you down. They will spread all your bad news more than they spread your good news. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Oh, see, let them do the talking again. See, I will do the bluffing, yeah. Anything they say about me, please believe it. Believe it.
My people, your hello.
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
Tapla, why is the news today again?
Well, the news is that the AFL is getting ready to recruit qualified and interested Liberians to join the army early 2026.
Che, thank God, oh, we have been waiting so long for this time, oh, Tapla. Let me call my children Krubo and Wimanga, yeah?
But wait, oh, the AFL is not just taking anybody, oh.
Ah, why you me again?
Chebo, the recruitment process is free, yeah? No money business. You have to be a Liberian citizen from 18 to 35 years, be a high school graduate or college student, and must have your WAEC certificate. The AFL people say no WAEC certificate, no Johnny AFL, yeah? You must be physically and mentally fit. It means be well and strong, yeah? You must not get bad human rights record, criminal record, or other bad behaviors. The AFL people say they will check for all that want to.
So, Tapla, all the things you talk, that all?
No. To prove your citizenship, the AFL people say you must bring your national...
Okay, welcome back to the OK Morning Rush. We took a little bit of musical break to find a way to get the former speaker here. The representative, Jonathan Fonati Kofa, is a lawyer. He's representing one of the constituencies in Grenku County. As a matter of fact, he's chair of the former ruling, now immediate opposition coalition for democratic changes headquarters construction project. Recently, they launched the project. It was graced by several of their supporters, and he's here this morning for us to talk that and more other national issues. He's been writing a lot on his official Facebook page, and so we'll talk about some of those. Councillor, good morning. It's always good to have you, man, but this is our first radio interaction. I'm grateful. It's a privilege. How are you?
Okay, I'm good. I see today a lawmaker day.
Yeah, I think so too.
Honorable K was here. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You're wearing a smile.
Oh, why not? It's a great day.
Even at the quad, you smile. Everywhere you smile.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have anything to worry about. God has been good. Life has been good.
How's everything?
Everything is good. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. How is your district, by the way?
My district, we have issues of concern. Unfortunately, we did not get our share of the 2024 legislative project money.
Last year?
Yes, and we are not making any progress in getting our 2025 project money, although others have gotten theirs. So we have to find alternative ways to see how best we can meet the needs of our people, because now legislative project have become a partisan issue. It's become a block issue where some of us are being punished for whatever the reason is by not giving our district the funds due to them. You go to LACE sends you to, you go to the House leadership, the House leadership sends you to LACE sends you to Ministry of Internal Affairs, and there's a whole bunch of mix up there. But we have not gotten any of our district development funds, so we have to find alternative way to do it. Our immediate pressing need is a bridge in Jemboti that we are trying to make sure that cut off a large portion of our population from commerce. We're trying to make sure we meet those needs.
Was any of that done when you were speaker? How was it done before?
So when I became speaker, the first year was 2024, was when I said, look, let's go back to LACE rather than give representatives money directly in their pocket. Let's go to the legislative, the LACE format where the project is identified and it's done, so it's transparent and it's accountable. It was that money that was placed in there, $50,000 per lawmaker. First it was $100,000, then it got reduced to $50,000 in the recast budget. That I never got.
Why? I mean, I thought when it is placed in the budget, it becomes, in my word, in other words, the property of the district and the lawmaker to use the people money.
But that question is mine too. We have a contractor, we have identified, we've written 3 letters, and the funds are just not available. Other lawmakers have theirs.
Who is not answering you, by the way?
Nobody's answering me. I mean, nobody's answering me correctly. The House leadership is not answering. The LACE is not answering. And the Ministry of Internal Affairs is not answering. I mean, everybody will tell you, oh, we'll look into what we'll do, or they'll give you an answer that shifts the blame to someone else.
I think we'll have to reach out to the Minister of Finance when he comes back to the country, because Mark, I don't know whether he's here now, because most of the representatives who are complaining are the people who supported you when the removal situation came about, and they are complaining that because of that, they have been punished. And you say 2025, oh, you've not gotten it?
No. I think 2025, nobody has gotten, because the money that was disbursed, in my understanding, people were now being told that it was used for speaker removal. That is what my understanding is. Whether that is true or not, other people will clarify that. But as far as I know, the 2025 has not yet come.
I know you've been removed from office.
No. Let me correct you. I was not removed. I resigned May 11th.
I know you resigned from office. If that is the right word, that's the right word, in fact.
Yes.
It's over now. You have a new speaker. Just in few words, right? We'll go to the CDC issue and the Oranto deal you talk about, and we'll discuss a lot of other issues. But just in few words, where do you think you went wrong? What happened? Just in few words.
Clarence, you have to understand, I don't know if it's the issue of me going wrong. As the current speaker said, the regime was not prepared to work with someone in the opposition. They simply was not prepared. The speaker has said that over and over, that they simply were not prepared to do that. And so they use every muscle they can, especially the executive, to make sure that the place was ungovernable, forcing me to make a decision. Do we continue this battle, or for the sake of the country? I look at it like a Solomon scenario, okay? One group come and say, split the baby in half. We don't care. I got to look at it and say, this baby got to survive. The integrity of the house, the sanctity of the place, the integrity of the government structure was very important. And so I step aside from that. When the Supreme Court ruled that Fonati Kofa is the legitimate speaker, and the executive comes and says, we'll still work with the majority bloc, then at that point, I felt we were creating or preparing for a confrontation that was unnecessary.
At some point, you were very comfortable with the president. I remember in one of your interviews, you said, some other action, you said, no, I don't think the president is playing any role. I don't think so.
Well, Clarence, any statement I made was based on the information I had at the time. But I really don't want to litigate this issue,
Let's move on. Where's the CDC headquarters project at the moment?
The contractor will be in town this week. We'll submit the necessary paperwork for permits. We expect permit to be approved in the next month or so, and actual grounds going to be digging within that time frame.
Oh, meaning the real project hasn't started yet. Okay. I thought right after that program, boots were on the grounds already.
No, boots are on the ground in terms of doing soil testing, doing preliminary work. But the actual machine will not start digging the ground until the permit is issued. The contractor had to go do the building plans. There had to be some slight shift because we noticed there's a high tension wire and the rules regarding those. So after they came and made an additional assessment on the land, they went to make adjustment on the building plans and they will submit that.
Okay. At the legislature, I was just asking Representative Neke Gay. I was saying to him, I'm concerned about the Speaker's recent action of always asking the side your arm to ask lawmakers out whenever they were ready to speak out on some issues. It happened to Yeke, it happened to Anthony Williams. But he was telling me that, yeah, those actions are in conformity with your rules. I mean, there are times when you are deemed being disobedient or what, obstructing the flow, they ask you out. Are you concerned about the recent lawmakers just asking people out, the Speaker asking people out? And he said the Speaker is supposed to use his gavel.
I'm concerned about the instability in the House. Of course, that's a major organ of government. I wouldn't like to give a voice of public opinion, simply because anything I say, Clarence, will be the result of, it will seem like crying over spilled milk. So I wish the leadership well. I'm concerned about the stability of the House, but I will leave them to do what they think best.
Okay, let's move down to some of your writings. You wrote 6 days ago, you said, regarding the president's 3 bills submitted, I will support the Total Energies Production Sharing Agreement and the HPF Concession Agreement. These are solid investments for the future of Liberia's resources. I will oppose Atlas Oranto Production Sharing Agreement, Oranto, but its track record shows that it does not mean well for Liberia. It does not have the capacity to engage in the activity for which it has been contracted. The last time Oranto got a production sharing agreement from Liberia, it was so corrupt that it had to be cleaned through a Canadian company in order for it to be purchased by Chevron. Oranto, you say, is a flipper to avoid transparency and accountability and will benefit only a few Liberians, which they would never name. The same block was the subject of negotiations with ExxonMobil, an American company with a solid record of production. The government must explain why it walked out from ExxonMobil for a more dubious arrangement with a 419 company. How do you explain this, Father?
It's based on research, okay? We all know when Oranto was here, all the hullabaloo and noise behind Oranto the last time. So when it came out that they have a production sharing agreement, I had to go back to research. Global Witness did a research on it, came to the same conclusion. ProPublica did a research on it, came to the same conclusion. Front Page Africa came to the same conclusion. So we quoted these sources. We made our conclusion based on research, not just on our opinion. Now, the basic thing as a lawyer, and then I took the agreement to try to look at it just from a legal standpoint. This is the area of law that I practice. Corporate law, corporate agreements, and those kind of things, government agreements. The first thing I had to look at is Oranto does not have the capacity to do deep water exploration or production. It simply does not, okay? So if you're getting into a contract with someone who doesn't have the ability to perform that contract, then you have to question the purpose of the contract. And that's the first thing I did. Say, okay, why would we be doing a contract with Oranto? They don't have the capacity. The people with the capacity are Total, ExxonMobil, Chevron, and other companies I named. Oranto is not one of them. So why Oranto? Is my question. That's some of the questions I'm posing. And then as I delve into the deal, then it raises more question that there is something maybe behind this deal that is not being explained, and it must be explained. The other thing I looked at as a lawyer is there's poor drafting, because when you drafting a contract, you got to draft it consistent with law. There are several provisions here that are not consistent with the law, and they could be fixed, because the agreement, in my mind, should go back to the president. The president should instruct his team of negotiators and lawyers to look at those areas of concern and see. But the reason why I think this contract is irredeemable is simply because Oranto does not have the capacity. Okay? If you want to give it to Oranto for another reason, then let's take the reason in there. Okay, let's say it. We're going to give it. I mean, somebody called me and said, oh, that's regional allocation. And so, Nigeria did very well for Liberia. I agree. Let's say that. Let's say to Nigeria, because you did so well for us during our civil crisis, you brought boots on the ground, so many lives were lost here. We want to give you 4 oil blocks, Nigeria, right? Then we give it to them. If they give it to Oranto, that's it. I would be in favor of that arrangement. But to do a production sharing agreement with a contractor who does not have that capacity raises concern.
If you wanted to talk about some of the reasons why you think the agreement is inconsistent with existing laws on the ground, what are some of the examples you would share?
Well, let me just look at something. Let me just look at some provisions here. I'll just give you a few, maybe 1 or 2. Okay. The first thing is, and someone said Oranto's signature bonus is $12 million. That is completely untrue. Okay? In section 16.3
of the proposed agreement.
Mm-hmm. It says signature and production bonus. A for production for signature bonus is $1.25 million. In A, $1.25 million for
signature bonus.
For signature
and
bonus.
not 12.
It's not 12 million. It's right here. I will leave it with, I will give you a copy to read. The other things that are there.
Councilor, you won't put the mark, so every time you talk, it should be.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So every time every time you look at, when you look at the rest of the monies that will be paid, are what they call production bonus. You're not going to pay it unless you do a phase, right? The important thing that is not listed here is, imagine Oranto is getting 4 oil blocks. They have not paid for 1 data. You're going to buy land and you do no survey. Can you imagine that? You're going to buy land, but you do no survey. We know that Total paid $3.5 million for their survey. Toronto did not pay. Now, what is inconsistent with the law says all monies received, except for data payment, should go into the consolidated fund. The agreement says $400,000 will go to LPRA, and then $850,000 to consolidated fund. That is inconsistent with law. Then it comes back, okay? In the same clause 16, it said the bonus due under clause A of this section shall be recoverable as petroleum costs. You know what I mean? It means that the money you pay when you flip or you start producing, you can take it back. If you owe us $100.
In this case, the company.
Yes, in this the $1.25 million that Oranto going to pay upfront, okay, whenever they flip or they start production and they owe Liberia, let's assume $10 million, they get to deduct that $1.25 million.
They flip, meaning what?
If they sold to somebody else. Because they don't have the capacity. Oranto will have no choice but to go sell it to ExxonMobil or one of the big companies.
Is that agreement before you now?
Which agreement?
That one, the proposed agreement. Is it before you, meaning the legislature?
Yes. I got it from my office.
Is that why you're arguing now? Is it on the floor? Are you debating it?
No, we're not debating. It went to committee. And I have informed the committee, and then I gradually, as I read, I inform the public as to what I'm seeing in the agreement.
Then there is another portion. You say, under 16.3 of the Oranto production sharing agreement, every cent Oranto spent to acquire the block will be, that the one you just talked about,
Yes.
will be reimbursed to him.
Yes.
When it flips. To him, in this case, to the very Oranto.
To the very Oranto.
He will
so you make an investment. Every investor, right? When you come to make an investment somewhere, you got to feel it in your pocket. Okay, investment is risk, right? But if I come to you, look, this Oranto agreement, I think Liberia should give it to me. I'm a Liberian. I'm entitled, to our resources. I can raise $1.2 million or $3 million or $5 million, and I get it back when I flip it and make $200 million. Any Liberian can do this. Okay, we don't need Oranto to do it under the arrangement that they have given, because all the money you spend up front, you get it back.
Okay, so I just wanted to raise your issues before I start to ask you questions. Then you go on to say, according to the 2019 Petroleum Law, Section 36A, Liberians are entitled to receive 5% of each block, while Nuka will receive 10%. The Oranto agreement says Nuka will get the 15%, and Liberians should leave their own with God. And if in 180 days after after they found oil, and Nuka does not speak for us, Oranto gets the 15% free, section 17.1 AR. Either this is a weakness in negotiation or a form of wickedness. What if this is what you say is true? Is this in our provision? Why somebody want to change it? 5% for Liberian, 10% to Nuka, and they say the entire 15 should go to Nuka.
Okay, so the way the agreement is structured, you have 100%. That's the block, right? 85% goes to the contractor.
The company.
10% goes to NOCA, 5% citizen participation. All right?
Citizen participation in the context of our owning share?
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever way the citizens will participate
but 5%.
that have been identified will be 5%. Then the agreement says NOCA will hold that 5% for Liberians. Okay, the citizen participation, NOCA will hold that 5%. So that's 10 plus 5, that's 15 NOCA holding. It will lapse if after the found oil in 180 days, NOCA does not exercise the right to claim that percentage. What is bad about this is then it goes down at the end of the day, right? Even though we have this citizen participation, Section 35 says, apart from the state, the authority, and the contractor, no person shall have rights under this contract. NOCA don't have rights. Citizens don't have rights. If it's about to lapse and citizens as beneficiary cannot file a lawsuit or cannot impose their rights on it, then what is it? It's nothing. So it's an empty gesture. It's a provision that needs to be reviewed and examined.
Now, even though a former speaker, but as a member of parliament, very influential, how do you intend to do this thing? Isn't committee rules going to come for debate? I mean, in the midst of all your reading, you're going to debate this thing. You should be forming a strong team now to oppose in the event it comes.
Oh, of course. Everything we send to our Facebook page, plus more, we are informing our colleagues and we're having our internal discussions. I think, on Thursday, we're gonna put a more detail, which will have some I don't put the technical flaws on the Facebook page because it will be difficult for the citizens to be able to follow because they don't have the benefit of technical advisors like I do who are familiar with the oil sector. So that would be my detailed letter to the House when I recommend on Thursday that we send it back.
How do you determine capacity here? As I keep hearing you saying Oranto does not have the capacity. How do you determine capacity?
Their track record and what they are doing. We went to the industry and said, look, who are the companies that have been doing or have the capacity to do deep water drilling? Ours is ultra deep. Which companies can do this? And Oranto, not one of them. We asked specifically about Oranto, and they told us Oranto's capacity. That's why we have said that they do not have the capacity because the industry says they don't.
How long did plenary give the committee to come up with recommendations or their report?
I'm not sure, Clarence. I was not in session that day.
Do you go to section regularly?
Yes. I only skip Thursday session.
You were also talking about a bill you want to submit that is going to be called a social safety network fund that you say should be delegated to helping vulnerable people to pay school fees and rent in the tune of $25 million. What's the idea?
The idea here is, Clarence, this is a recurring thing that we've had in Liberia. People come, oh, counselor, please help me with my rent. Or counselor, school not open, please help me with the children's school fee. So if I had 10 people in the past, 2 or 3 used to do it. Now we get to the rate of 6 or 7. Coupled with the fact that you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that things are tough right now in Liberia. Things are tough on Liberian families. And it should not be up to individuals to be philanthropic to be able to help people. Mm-hmm. This is why we have government. Even in the great United States, they have food stamps, they have other social programs that assist citizens. Because as a Liberian citizen, there are certain places government should not allow you to fall below, even though we are a poor country. But there are certain things we can afford. So I sat down with some of my policy experts and said, look, let's look at our financial situation. Let's see if we can provide relief. So we think $25 million, though it's a drop in the bucket, it's a start, okay? What we are designing now is the program of how it can be allocated. But I think government must be sensitive. We in the government must be sensitive enough to understand that it's tough right now on our citizens, okay? And we may say, oh, give me the money, but if you give me money right now, I will give it to the people who I know. That's not a fair, equal distribution. We are pretty close to the thing where Liberians say, you'll sell the country and divide the money. That's not what I'm saying now. But I'm saying some of that money that come into this country, help your fellow Liberians out. And that is the intent of this legislation.
What's the idea? Pull it through an institution and because sometimes you got to be careful with these kinds of initiatives.
Agreed.
You look at the intention very well.
Agreed.
Sometimes the end result is going to bring a lot of hello ballo. What's your idea? Put it through.
Okay, so as a lawyer, I really do not reinvent the wheel. I try my very best not to reinvent the wheel. The United States used to do, and it has been taken over, I think, by some other countries, used to do cash transfers, right? Social cash transfers to poor families, all right? So there's already a system that is set up. All you have to do is expand the capacity of those who are administering that system to be able to administer other social programs. I would not be in favor of a purely government entity because then it gets all kinds of things. So those who are already doing it under the social, the cash transfer program, try and increase their capacity, let the money be available, vouchers be paid to schools, vouchers be paid to landlords, and they go to the Ministry of Finance or to the central bank or to whatever bank that is and cash their vouchers based on the qualification of the individuals.
You're doing that this Thursday, or you've done it?
No. So we've put the letter on the floor. We are designing the program to ask the legislature to include in the budget.
As I look in your face and with some of the answers to my questions you're providing, it seems you're getting tired with something. It seems, in your opinion, we are not going anywhere. Am I correct?
No, I can't say that. I can tell you individually, I'm exhausted, to be honest with you. You put a lot into public service. You come in here with a vision, okay, and certain ideas, and it does not work, okay, because of the nature of the society we have. So you can't continue to do the same thing if you don't get any results. So yes, I'm a little bit tired. Maybe it's time to do something else.
You're not going to seek to retain your office?
No.
In 2029?
No, I'm not returning to Capitol Building in 2029.
You're on record?
No, of course.
You're not returning. Focus on your lawyer.
I think 2 terms as a lawmaker is a good thing. I was fortunate enough to be elected by my colleagues as Speaker. Short as it may be, I think it's a good record for me. Let others.
Is this the legislature you envisage I'm not talking about because you were removed. I'm talking about when you were planning to become a lawmaker. Did you think your colleagues and some other people would join you do it differently?
Yeah, I thought we would have a more accountable body, a more transparent body. I thought we would have a body that is more robust in coordination with the executive. When I say in coordination with the executive, not to rubber stamp everything that come there, but to challenge, to question, to pose, so that in the end, you know what people don't understand in democracy is almost like a courtroom. It's an adversarial system, the opposition and the ruling and the government in power. When they argue, the truth will eventually come out. Let me give you an example. You remember the yellow machine noise that came?
Mm-hmm.
Few people know what happened, right? But it was actually a negotiation between the executive and the legislature. When the noise came, as I usually do, I call the president, I sat and talk about it. And Grisby, who was the point man, the focus man, when I can't get the president, I call Grisby. Grisby will come to my office, okay? After discussion, I told him, and after we sent for them, right? And then the president sent a letter on what it was. I told Grisby, frankly, Grisby, you don't send it here when I pass here. With,
you said that to him?
Yes. Okay. And they found another way. And as a result of that negotiation between us, discussion, background, okay, the cost of that yellow machine reduced from 80 million to, I think it's 21 million
22,
now.
23, somewhere around.
Exactly. Okay. That is what I envisaged. That we will coordinate, but we will maintain our independence and our grounds. I don't think we were successful in that.
Have you given up on Liberia's governance and democracy?
I can never give up on Liberian government and democracy, and that is why I continue to remain active and engaged. The role I play may be different.
You could come back in another form, not necessarily a lawmaker.
I don't know what that form is. It's still early. The only thing I know is I'm not returning to Capitol building. Whatever else God has in his plans for us, we will be submissive to it.
Could you be a good president?
Hey, look, when you talk about president and you list people along the level of popularity, I don't think Fonatikova comes in the first 100. So
you erase that.
So I'd like to be realistic. That is not in my plans.
Grand Crew County Representative, former Speaker, Councilor Jonathan Fonantik-Kofa is our guest this morning. We're talking about the Oranto deal. He thinks the company lacks capacity to do what it says it wants to do in Liberia. The instrument has been faking up to the committee room, and he says it's a bad deal. They don't have the capacity. One other thing he's talking about is there is a provision of the law that 5% will go to Liberia. Now he's saying on the proposed arrangement, Nokai is going to take the 15% instead of take 10 and 5 for Liberia. We hope the coming days we can get people from the National Oil Company of Liberia to respond. When last did you go to your constituency?
Clarence, I have not been home since elections.
Since elections?
Since elections.
Why?
Okay, so right after elections, you recall there was the speaker race, which we were deeply engaged in. Right after the speaker race, we were engaged in deeply trying to maintain the stability of the place as the ruling party sought to dislodge me. And based on all of those, and given the circumstances that was involved, I was able to go back. We have a trip planned for this December to go back and be able to explain. The one thing I really love about my constituency, the level of support has been amazing. So we'll go back to them and say, look, yes, what we tried to do, yes, how you are going to benefit. It didn't work, but we are still here to conclude the final 4 years of our journey.
They stood with you in all this?
Yes, absolutely. Even when people were planning to try to go to my district and cause problem and create demonstration, our people told them, you're not going to bring that here.
Is the House of Representatives stable now in your opinion? What do you think?
No comment on that.
No comment.
Yes. Again, I don't want to get into the nuances of house politics.
It seems there's another revolution, Kofa.
Where?
I don't know.
But you don't know why you're talking about it.
You should be commenting.
About revolution?
I mean, what I'm saying, your no comment, it kind of put everybody on their heels.
No, it can't put people on their heels.
If Fonanti Kofa would say no comment.
No, it can't put anybody on their heels simply because I'm not involved in house politics. I do my work. I review bills and agenda that comes in. I stick to that. You know, what's going on in the halls, I will be the least person you will be able to get any objective opinion for because I simply don't know.
You're still a member though.
Yeah, I'm a member.
You're voting, you're participating, you're debating.
Yes, and that's what that's the lane I stay on. That's the lane I stay on. Whatever else is happening in the house, politically or on the chessboard, I'm not familiar.
How is former President Weah, by the way?
He's doing good. He's on a FIFA trip right now.
Okay, let's go to the lines and take some calls right here. Former Speaker Fonanti Kofa is here this morning on the Morning Rush as our guest. Call us on 0777-700-99 and 555-995-995 are the numbers to call. Thanks to our colleagues, a lot of our colleagues are here doing different online streaming. Let's talk to you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, just call your radio off. Do us a favor, please.
Hello.
Yeah. No, it's not okay yet. It's not okay yet.
Hello.
Why don't you just switch it off? Just call it off. Call it off. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. We can't get you. Good morning.
Pisoo.
Good morning.
Let me say a pleasant good morning to the listeners following our broadcast this morning. I'm Christian, and I'm Christian. Pray for enemy by and I do join the conversation this morning from the headquarters of the Veterans Bureau.
It's been a long time, Christian. How are you?
I'm doing well, veteran. Let me appreciate you on the Baguba Avenue in Toho community.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me appreciate the Honorables J. Fonanti Kofa and that of Pisoo for the brilliant analysis. Honorable, I just want to use this time to encourage you to fight hard and continue to fight for the Liberian people. We have been one person who have followed your track record, and we know that you stand for the people and for the people. So I want you to fight hard. More especially this deal that is being started with things within the corridor of the legislature. I want you to use your lobbying power and your colleague can be able to do the reporting on behalf of the Liberian people.
Okay, let me take this call from Minnesota in the U.S. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning, sir.
Is the show live? I'm getting different signals these days. I don't know how you got the programs.
No. We were off the radio. We're off the air for 2 weeks. We are back today.
Oh, yeah, back. Is this the former speaker in studio, right?
Of course, yes. This is live. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm Thomas William calling from Minnesota. Mr. Jackson, good morning to you and your studio guests. Mr. Jackson, do you know who is a Sunshine Patriot?
I don't know. Who do you even call a Sunshine Patriot, by the way?
These are temporary patriots. People who only support their country during fair weather. They are fair weather supporters. When things are right, yes, in their own interest, then they become patriotic citizens. They are sunshine patriots. These are people who have now dedicated service to the country genuinely in fair and dedication, commitment to country. These are people who refer to as sunshine patriots. You see, all what former speaker is saying, these are all very, very good points. He's raising, making sure this country called Liberia moves forward. Unfortunately, it becomes very difficult for critical minds to really absorb it and see it in a good fit. Because when you are given the opportunity, when you are in the power of change, if you are occupying a position where you can make significant change, and you did absolutely nothing, the only thing we remember Speaker Kofa for is audit. He wanted to audit the legislature, and the friends went against him. Like, oh, there's a man who served as deputy speaker for his own government.
At least you can remember him for something. It means he stood up for something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they say only audit there, only audit, you remember, an audit that never happened looking at the 1979 arrest riot where people suggested that arrest price going on and walking. That's how his audit business looked like. But let me go to my point. This man was in opposition that he could effect change in the country. Deputy Speaker, there's a man who job we are saying budget, and the budget was passing less than 3 hours on it as Deputy Speaker. You understand?
So when he became speaker, he was now the head of the legislature. There's somebody who say the vice president is a ceremonial position. So he was now the head of the legislature, and he wanted to effect change.
The journey of a 1,000 mile begins with the first step. What did he do as deputy speaker and one of the ranking members of CDC, somebody who could just walk across the executive mansion and talk about investment? We have a president now who is dedicated and committed in making sure Liberian people have work to do.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Let's take other callers. We go to Paris in France and take another caller from France. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence. Good morning to your studio again, Frank Gibson. I call from Paris.
Frank Gibson, all the calling you can call here, my man. President Bouaga was in Paris. They had town hall meeting. I expected you to be over there to raise serious issue. I didn't see you.
Yeah, I should have gone there, man, but I have very important thing to go do. Then go sit and see Joseph Bouaga.
No, but you should have gone there to engage him face to face, my man.
Clarence, I have very important things to do than to go waste my time and see Joseph Bouaga sitting somewhere and just. You want to answer the question, they will tie you down because they will pick and choose people who they want to give the mic to.
My man, you didn't go to the play, man. Don't count. You didn't go there. Go ahead.
Go stage manage thing. So I have very, very important things that will benefit.
Okay, go ahead. Go with your point.
Thank you very much. Honorable, I'm not talking much about the legislature because that place is not anything correct now. But something very important you said that caught my mind is the contractor is not in town, and there will be a bidding, and there will be a permit set. Knowing the kind of government that you have in Liberia, those people that are not even in favor of the CDC, I think you should have done all of that, Honorable, making sure the permit has been served to your contractor, everything is in place before announcing these things. Because I'm a little bit afraid. This government is going to delay some of these things, don't support some technicality to delay your project. I think you guys should rather be focused and make sure that this thing works very in line before a delay, because it's concerning.
Okay, Frank. Thank you so much. Let's go back here. Let's get this. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Yeah?
Thank you very much. This is Achifana.
Oh, Achi, it's been a while, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. The first almost thing I want to ask to whether the former prosecutor for the Silver Money case, as to whether as well he was in the former president office, President Selly's acting at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. As well, I want to also find out as to whether he was the deputy speaker under the president.
Yeah, he is the one. He's the one.
I also want to find out as to whether he was the former speaker. But here is the point. If I were you, in interviewing all of the portfolio the brother had, why he said that he did not propose all of these issues at the time when he has the gavel of authority. Why not? Why it is true that it would be good to propose it now, but when you have the gavel of authority, it won't cause problem to raise these issues. So my point here is that if we have authority, we utilize it for the good of the people. When authority leaves us, we start coming out, we'll get challenges in order for us to solve this problem.
Okay.
Why do you say that? Yeah, because I want to believe that during President Sally administration, people were suffering. Under President Joe, we administration, people were suffering. Why the $25 million bill that was not intended to provide aid? Because even Gido administration, myself was suffering. Thank you very much.
Okay. We're taking 2 more. Then we go back to former Speaker Kofa. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Yeah?
And let me say good morning to the former Speaker, Councillor Fanati Kofa. My name is David Kuye Nangwe, and I call from a Dogon Navy resident this morning. You know, Clarence, as I start and listen to Councillor Fanati Kofa, I begin very disappointed in the mindset of Liberian politicians. Imagine if former speaker, former minister of state will have portfolio with all those influence and authority. He's telling us, and he wants us to believe that he now cares for us to the extent that he's talking about putting people like doing something. When you have the power, when you have the influence to shift the power down in the interest of the people, why didn't he do it? So it just raises issue about the sincerity of our leaders and our political politicians. You know, I'm very disappointed because your statement shows no ring of sincerity. You have power. If you are sure about that, you go and lead a team that you invaded. You cannot lead power no more have the influence and great power, and you want to profess that you love Liberia.
Okay. Well, we'll go right back. I'm trying to make a particular call only for 1 minute because of information the president just sent out relating to Councillor Kofa and what we are discussing here. I want the president himself to say it, not just text message, because the president will be the best president. Hello, final caller. Hello.
Thank you, Clarence. I'm the final caller. Your former friend, Wisef.
Okay.
I met deliberately, you now pick my call. By the time we're on break.
You're on the radio.
Thank you. Clarence, let me say thank to, Councillor Kofa. Somebody asked me a question that the time you were there, why you talking about? The time Kofa was in leadership, we were never talking about Oranto Dew that he's trying to, oppose. I know the type of man, when he is charity, he will not come and support such deal like that. So don't ask me to say what he said, because that time the deal was not on the call. You see? So you can blame him for that. And Kofa, let me commend you how to stand your ground. The people of Green Crew will always check you and count you. Some of all are coming, incoming lawmaker in that district.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, the man will be flogging for you, man. I was trying to get to Cecilia Clark, police spokeswoman. She just sent me a message. She says it is not true. The police did not relieve Brian McGill. He is not a free man. In fact, let me read word for word, because there were callers this morning who said the police have released him. He was a free man. She said, Clarence, it's not true. Brian has not been cleared by the police. Whoever provided that information is false and misleading, as investigation is still ongoing. So she said, Brian McGill is now a free man. The people who said it this morning, you're lie. Councillor Kofa, how are you? You listen to the cause?
Yes. So let me address the issue of why now. You see, it is when you don't understand government, then somebody will come and say, oh, why when you were deputy speaker you didn't do this, or why. I don't run myself and my confidences on Facebook, right? So any advice I would have given President Salif during the time I was minister, right? That is an advice I gave to a president. That is for the president to reveal. It is not for me. Any fights I had, okay, that is not for me to come and tell anyone. I live and die with the fact that I work for President Salif. Whatever decisions she made, yes, we all inherit that, right? Because if it was so egregious for me to disagree with, I would leave. As speaker, let's go to speaker. Clarence, I just told you, if I had a disagreement with the president, I pick up the phone. The minute I call the president picks up my call on the first ring. Okay? If we can meet, either Graceway comes over or the president and I meets in the evening. If I can voice my opposition or my concerns to him and have policy effective that way, for me, that is what the speaker should do. Now, I'm a backbencher. I ain't even got lesson plate. Okay, if I call it.
What do you mean?
But I get no lesson plate. I drive my private lesson plate. I've been requesting lesson plate from the house.
Did they assign one to you?
No. Okay, so I'm a backbencher. I can't even get my legislative project funded, to have appointment to talk to the president. Probably it will have to be appointment like any ordinary lawmaker at the president's time. Things are happening. So the only platform or forum I have now is my colleagues and to tell the public, this is my position on this issue. If I was speaker, no, you wouldn't see me going on Facebook and writing my concerns about the agreement, because I would call the very people who sent the agreement, even probably before the agreement came. I would have had the opportunity to review it and say, no, don't send that thing here, or change this, change that, change the other. All right? So the dynamics is the role that you are giving. Okay? I told my people all the time, even those who get angry with me, unlike the current speaker who say I'm a regime speaker, I endeavor not to be an opposition speaker. I endeavor to be the speaker of the Republic of Liberia. And in that case, it requires coordination. It requires that when I have issue and I have access to the presidency, okay, and ministers come at my beck and call, I tell them what I need corrected. All right? I didn't think going on Facebook or advocacy is my role. But now I'm a backbencher. You know, I'm nobody. I have a right now to say and do, to say what I please and to point these things out to the public. So public policy makers who are in those positions now can consider that. So to say you didn't do it before, and then when you come say why you didn't, Oranto didn't come, I wish you would read the committee report when President Weah submitted Ibamoff and Eton loans. The Judiciary Committee, which I had, okay, did a very detailed report on that, okay, recommending against it. So, you know, they didn't follow it, so you will come and say, oh, you didn't do that. My record is clear. Every advice I gave President Weah, every decision President Weah made, I stand by it because I was part of that government. Yes, you can hold me responsible. But I'm not going to tell you what position I'm in leadership, what position I took when the president was making consideration. Unfortunately, that is not how government is run.
Why am I getting too many text messages and how do you call it, WhatsApp messages from people putting me under the impression that you are running as senator in Montserrat? I don't know where it's coming from. Look, I said, yeah, I just receiving a lot of text messages.
I saw some, I think, flyers or whatever you call it. Clarence, I'm telling you, my plane.
Your hand inside.
Yes. Okay. It's not to return to Capitol building.
Yeah, because I'm just getting a lot of messages.
I am flattered that people will think that I should. Okay. But that is not within my immediate plans or my path for myself. I have some personal development things I need to do. You know, I'm getting up there in age. I have some things I want to enjoy. I want to travel. I want to see my kids do well. I want those personal things. Since 2005, I've been involved in and around Liberian politics, you know, as a professional. Sometimes, you know, my goal is to see the CDC return to power in 2029. When that happens, I'll be happy to take a backseat.
To take a backseat?
Yes.
You are leading a CDC project when the headquarters is constructed and completed and dedicated, and CDC comes back to power. Now you're pulling me under the pretense that you will take a back seat?
I said I will be happy to. I don't know what I will be asked to do, but I will be happy to take a back seat if that happens. Because then what I would have been working for would have been accomplished.
Councilor Kofa, it's been a wonderful time talking to you. I know we'll always have these opportunities. I will always extend you opportunities when I think it's time for you to come, man. But thank you so much for honoring our invitation to be here today.
Thanks for having me, Clarence.
Former House Speaker Jonathan Fonati Kofa was here as our guest this morning. He says, no. The rumor about senatorial race in Montserrat, Clarence, I'm going anywhere. Even the Grand Crew thing, let them take it. I'm not going anywhere. You know, I'm aging now. I want to have some rest. I want to focus on my children, my grandchildren. I want to travel a lot and do other things. Jonathan Fonati Kofa says that on the OK Morning Rush. My name is Pisoo. Thanks to Poye, Blessing Rejoice Nimland, who was here with me this morning. Tomorrow is another edition. Just to let you know, we are here to stay. We are back. OK FM 99.5. Everything is okay. I'm Pisoo. Bye-bye.